What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Rustoria Base Invaders EU. Today we got five mans, and it is brought to you by Rusty Pot. My name is Llama77, and I'm joined in the casting booth today by the one and the only Kaz. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, my man. It's been a while since I've been on the cast. Normally just stuck producing and stuff. So yeah, it's good to be back on the desk itself.
Well, good to have you. Obviously, got an amazing event in front of us already. They've got some build time under their belt, a little bit of extra time this time to set up some builds, get ready to go in this attack phase. Obviously, hard point going to be the newest thing added. Earn some points while you control that one. But there's going to be some attack helicopters. There's going to be no rating in this phase. Then at the end of this attack phase, the winner of it's going to get that extra 10 points.
Yep, so benefit of having Kaz on the desk is I can control the map and take us wherever we want to go. So Llama's going to have a fun time today. But as you can see, looking at this map, we've got a few teams stationed just south of airfield. Turns into a bit of a weather report, this, but yeah, a few south of airfield near Oxham's and the Dome. Makes sense, lots to farm. Random team out in M3, we'll go check on them in a second. The hard point that we've been talking about, 2 points every 30 seconds for holding that. We'll get some more on that as well. And then you've got, again, random team out near launch site. A lot of teams between water treatment and launch, as you'd expect, and circling around launch and water treatment and supermarket and sewer branch. So this big south patch is where most of the action is going to be. But you've got some good teams and some good open spots, close enough to mill tunnels, close enough to hardpoint, that I think everyone's going to be able to get into some action, though. Again, I'm just worried about this team at M3, so we'll go to hardpoint first, just have a quick look at and just give you a bit of a rundown on it, and then we'll go over to M3.
Obviously, this hard point, like you said, gives you those nice and easy points if you can hold it. And we kind of saw last week in EU that the team that held it in attack phase got out to a really, really large lead. Obviously, it isn't about just the attack phase; it's about the raid phase as well. And they fell a little bit short, but having this advantage early on, if you could convert that, if you can maybe put some resources to it and hold it down, it can skyrocket your points.
Yep, for sure. And again, the rundown is 2 points every 30 seconds, and holding it is definitely, a big thing. Some good points to be had there. But the rules that we've implemented since tweaking it with Trust Rumours 4 recently and stuff, you're able to hold people at this point. You don't let the points go. So if you, let's say, Team Mango Bus here with White X, let's say they're holding and someone else contests, the points you've earned, the points scaling you've earned will hold. If you lose control, it resets for the new team. But if you reclaim control and resume your occupation of the zone, then the points will continue to stack up for you. So, if you're 55 seconds in and you need that extra 5 seconds, you're not going to have to start from scratch, which is quite useful for some of these teams. So it makes it worthwhile as an investment. And you can see here, full PMA, Joker taking a hit.
Flying into this one.
Oh.
Seeing if they can. Oh, maybe not flying anymore.
Bit speedy camera skills there to try and get down, but oh no! Oh,
that's just unfortunate. Well,
yeah, bad timing. But
flying,
well, when you're flying with a very noisy helicopter, a mini's not exactly subtle, is it? So, inevitable, perhaps. Now, helicopter's gone down. The actual attack heli. So let's just check on the map, and it's over by the base we wanted to go check anyway. Perfect.
Yeah, so possibly some early points for this squad, but obviously, this helicopter, it's going to take some time for those fires to expire, so maybe some other teams could venture their way over, but, I mean, this team is pretty isolated, but I like their position, I like their base, they're kind of on the top of a hill. If anybody does try and raid them, I mean, they are somewhat stone, but...
Yeah, that's the thing. These guys are built
position.
in the middle of nowhere. The base doesn't look all that yet. They're still smelting, so that's a good sign, but this is Team Frag, with our lovely base identifier there. First winner on the roof. Straffy is up top. He's got in somewhere, actually. Where's Straffy got in? Is he coming through here? Let's try and follow. So Straffy's in, and someone else is here with him.
Okay.
Let's try and see how far down they've got. Wow, they have got really far. Toxical 2. This might be... Oh, good defense.
You gotta close those doors, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, I think I'm literally... Obviously, I know I'm in core, but... Yeah, I'm literally at ground floor. This is bad. Because the rules, for anyone who doesn't know, obviously, in terms of the rules we have for casting, we only go where attackers can see. And attackers can see that we have just been through that entire base, top to bottom, and how many doors were shut? nothing to stop us
You get
reaching the
one.
bottom. One, yeah, one that caught them out. So Frag will get some points here from the heli, and rightly so, as we see here scattered down the hillside. But that's really worrying that it was so easy for First Wind to get down their base.
Yeah, it is somewhat that you need to close those doors, and we've talked about that before. That it might be a nuisance. It might be a nuisance to go back through and close every single one of them, but it is part of your defense that you need to have. So obviously, this team a little bit isolated. It does take some time for other enemy teams to make their rotation on over here, and obviously they have to do it up a hill, so they will have that advantage through the further parts of this tournament here today. But at this point, like you said, and they need to be definitely repairing those walls up from stone. They need to be smelting up that metal, and they need to make sure, honestly, that they get some of these crates, because I don't know really where they're going to get their other points from.
Yeah, for sure. Now, just looking at the leaderboard there, again, obviously, we've got a lot of teams in today. 23 on the board so far. I believe we might have a little bit more than that, but obviously, it depends how many points they've scored. Some teams will still be just, preparing. But we have changed, and yeah, just looking at the Discord now, we've got about 35 teams today, so some of them still yet to register. But yeah, 35 teams of fives, again, for today. Frag will be looking to claim 3 points per crate here, so 15 available for taking out the attack elite. And when we look at where Frag are on the leaderboard, second place, 18th place on 2 points, tied with a bunch of teams, including everyone's favourite Kazhu. No idea who they're trying to meme there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No idea. I would say flying in here, their squad looking to again. It's hard to push up this hill, so maybe taking these helicopters is the play. But it's loud. It is a loud loud vehicle.
Yeah, it's a loud vehicle, but also it's so underrated, the Mini. So, I mean, Scrappy's are good too, but Minis are so underrated because I've said this to so many people that are new to the event as I try and catch there we go. The shimmer effect on the water just completely killing the camera a bit there, and they've got out of render. Yeah, what I was trying to say was, when people are asking for advice about Trusting Rust 4, minicopters are so underrated as a scouting tool. Yes, you can turbo land on someone's roof and just fly in, but it's just that's a strategy for raiding. For general play, you need information, you need intel, and doing what Mango Bus are doing right now, scouting around as a 1 or a 2, just getting yourself in, and there we go again, pushing back round for some more, just testing Team Frag. It's all valuable information, knowing who's reactive, who's paying attention.
It is. It's really good information. I think it's honestly, it's what you need. I mean, we talked about kind of the last week's EU. They did really, really good at holding down this hard point, which Mango is doing, I'd like to say, up to 30 points already. But, they kind of went into the raid phase with no information, no real targets, and everyone else had been setting up those easy targets early on. And, as soon as that switch flipped from attack to raid, immediate 40 points to those other teams, and, that other team was caught behind. So I like this really pushing out for information, and hopefully it helps them in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. And again, you're right about Mango. They've got people scouting. One's at home, 2 are out on the hard point, White X and Batman, and 2 are out on the minicopter. So, being very strategic, very clever. They are in first place on 35 points. There is a bonus 10 points for anyone who wins the attack phase. So that's certainly going to be something they're aiming for. And again, 2 points every 30 seconds just by holding here. Nobody seems to be contesting. This could just be a very, very easy run because that's 4 points every minute, 30 times 4. Wait for people in chat to catch up. That's 120 points if they're not paying attention. And that can be, it's a huge number. 120 points is a huge number to just get for free if nobody contests this. So we'll keep coming back to Mango Bus at the objective, but, maybe it's just their day. They'll get 120 points for this. They'll get 10-point bonus for winning attack phase. They go into raid phase with, such a lead. And yeah, the boys have even come back here. They don't have any worries. They've scouted around a bit.
They don't seem to have any worries. And it's like you said, that lead's very important, but you also need to make sure, stay consistent, have those targets when you go into raid phase, and that'll be the hope for them. But obviously, it is a long time, so you have to stay consistent. And who knows? Somebody could go and sweep up that attack phase. I'm not good at math, so I wouldn't know it's 120.
Yeah, so Frag have got the points over here. You can see 19 points dropping to 4th place, so 4 from PvP, 15 from the heli. So yeah, the team built out in the middle of nowhere have been lucky with the attack helicopter, and it's one of the reasons why people do build coastal, catch the heli on the way in, be out of the way so people don't want to raid you immediately. But we're going to take a little bit of a tour around, look for some action, see who's fighting who, try and bring some PvP fun to the stream. Just looking at then Team Zerkers. As you see there, second heli's coming in, so we'll keep an eye out for that too. But Team Zerkers, buys fees in the roof. Just having a peek at First Win, who we saw recently over at Frag's base. Makes sense, nearby team.
Just aiming around, looking through. A lot of these walls built up in between just to give themselves some cover to rotate through. But yeah, it's going to be Mango still, holding down that hard point, holding down this lead on the leaderboard. With this second patrol helicopter, obviously, could come in a different way, could come in. Obviously, like you said, that team that's isolated, they got a little bit lucky with points. They're going to have to, at some point, take towards the mob, towards all these other teams and try and secure some for themselves other than just those, 15 helicopter points.
Yep, so First Win sweeping around the back here, taking out the young grub just lurking on the sideline there, for lack of a better word. But yeah, First Win all in control here. Zerka's base right there. They are next door to each other, and again, a lot of walls. So they're just poking at anyone who dares lurk around. Now, I'll bring the camera a bit closer because of the render range. But we have got 4 teams spread here. So we've got Team Zerkers with Toxical outside. We've got First Win themselves. We've got Team Leech, who are nicely set up, I'd say. Quite a solid looking base. Yeah, but at least it's built, like we're seeing some teams that have come into the attack phase not quite ready. But yeah, this is looking pretty established. And then I do believe on the map we had someone else just a bit further out. And who's this? Team Jabroni. So this was who was roaming that got killed just by First Win. And again, a little bit further out, so it makes sense why they weren't able to come back in. Not quite the same height as some of the other bases, so that'll be interesting. And again, it's
like a castle.
Yeah, it's not a bad base, but this is more like what you'd see as like a YouTube build for how to play Base Invaders. It's functional, but I do worry that maybe there's just not enough, honeycombing and not enough stuff, because this is quite a wide internal shooting floor.
Yeah.
And normally with shooting floors on the better bases, we do see it to be a bit narrower. It's something that the better teams do. They're narrower. They try and compartmentalize so that even if you break into one bit, you've got sort of 3 or 4 triangles worth of space, and then you're still blocked by doors and walls. So it's tricky. Just looking at chat, Meepo says, or Meep Shocked Face, however you want to pronounce it. Do you have any tips on streaming? I'll let you take the first dib at that. But
just get a good setup. Obviously, microphone, camera is pretty important as well. Be interesting, I guess. Not that you can't be yourself, but like, got to talk to people. You got to make sure your voice is good as well.
Yeah, and I think that the important thing is that whatever you're streaming, make sure it's something you're interested in. So, like, if we have people that wanted to cast Base Invaders, they'd need to like Rust. Otherwise, what's the point? Your passion is going to be a big selling point for people who want to watch that sort of content. So find something you enjoy, whether it's a game, whether it's some other form of content. Some people do IRL chatting, some people do reactions. Find something that appeals to you and then work from there. There's loads of free stream overlays to start with, and that once you've been doing it for a hot second, then you can maybe pay for a little bit better quality, or somebody will offer to do it you as a favor, those sorts of things. But yeah, it's just start out with the basics, find a game you like, make sure you can run Streamlabs or something like that, OBS to broadcast it, and yeah, just bit by bit just chip away at how to do the stream.
Also, I would also like to counter who actually likes Rust, because that's painful.
Yeah,
it's a love-hate relationship.
I'd say, speaking of who likes Rust, we're watching them take Bradley here, or rather they've just taken it, glory there all over it. But as we came in, the graphics for the last couple of months for the launch site have just been absolutely glitching out, and it's part of what we love about the game, but part of what we hate is that, bless it, Rust is not that well optimized, seeing the sort of floor buzzing away. So if anyone's epileptic, really sorry about that, but it will happen, unfortunately, as we register in on the site. But yeah, Glory has taken Bradley. Only 3 points, sorry, 3 crates with the Bradley, but they're 5 points each to keep it as 15, same as the attack heli. So Glory currently in last place of the teams registering, 1 point. But if they get 15 here, that'll jump them to 16, which will then put them into a very nice 11th place.
Be pretty important to start off. I mean, it's good to just get your ground running. Get a couple PvP kills under your belt, get a couple points nonetheless, and get scouting because I think that's the most important thing. That's not just about the attack phase; it is about that raiding phase as well. You get a good raid off, you get a TC, you're gonna get 40 points for it as well. Some nice trades going through here. Gonna be trying to shoot down that helicopter. It looks like from one of the other players. But I would like to mention Mango. It seems like nobody else has been able to take them off at the hard point. I think they've been sitting on it for the entirety of the attack phase.
So Mango went further. Now, Fragger contesting this, but Mango took the helicopter down here. Frag have come out and pushed on it, and it's great timing to come and see this because Frag clearly had a bit of a fight here with them. Currently sat in 8th place on 20 points. But yeah, Mango took this down. Now I'm wondering if Mango came over with the 2-man minicopter again, deliberately took this down the coast because nobody's base is around here. Absolutely nobody. And maybe they were thinking, you know what? We've got all the attention away from our holding of the hard point. Let's keep them busy and keep taking people away from the hard point by taking the heli on the east coast. So, a great idea from them. Just looking at chat. Pisek says hello, Rustoria. Hello to you. Lixter123. Nice to see you too. And Lido says look at Quakes. So we can certainly do that. If you're able to have a quick look at the Discord line and just see which team they're in. And then I'll be able to go across to them because I'm not seeing Quakes on the team list here. So maybe they haven't scored any points, but if it's a player, I'm sure we can find them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Frag sitting comfortably on top of this helicopter. Another 15 points for them would put them on to 38.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be a nice start, obviously.
Yeah. Well, they're back in
But
4th
we're kind of
place.
halfway through this attack phase. Good time in. Ooh.
They're
the
firing at someone. Yeah, I'm not sure who they're firing at. I can't see anyone. I've moved the camera around like from what we call debug mode. It's the free cam we use. I'm back in the camera body. But I'm not seeing anyone registering on the map, so I don't know if they were just having a bit of a moment attacking a tree. Don't know.
Maybe the tree made them mad. Maybe they're just anti-environment.
Yeah. Funk That Shit says, I have a 13900K and a 4090 with 64 gig of DDR5 RAM, 6400 speed, and Rust doesn't get a constant 140 FPS on max settings and stutters quite badly. Yep, you're not wrong. That's at 1440p. So, I mean, with this, I've got custom settings on, but I'm only setting it like graphic 4. We can try and push harder, but honestly, FPS is the big thing. So I'm running about 85, 90 FPS at the moment. We're lagging some bits, but ultimately, the FPS is the big thing for us. Making sure the graphics are reasonable quality, but making sure it's smooth is a big thing. And it's really something we say to more of our streams as well is, the smoothness of quality is important. Don't be afraid to drop down from 1080 if you can drop them to 900, for example, to get the smoothness. As Meow Meow just takes up one of the Frag members. See if we can get an angle on strong here against Meow Meow. Because the wooden wall's been better than trees, Llama.
Yeah, wooden wall's gonna be better than to shoot than trees here. Swinging around the corner. Ooh, dunked on. That's unfortunate.
Yep. Now, Mango Bus are bringing more people over. Kate is back. Kate is low, to be fair. Ooh, and there's your LMG. So, Frag have got bags nearby. They're pushing in. We're just seeing it's a good walling by Batman. Otter's pushing towards the wall, trying to gear up again. Carnage giving cover. Jav giving cover. Buffy at the back. And here's Kano on the side. So, very much a 2 versus. Actually, no, sorry. Meow Meow's still here. So, 3 versus. It's going to be difficult. Frag have got good high ground.
Fighting all those different angles. Fighting all those different players. Obviously, these walls, they won't last forever. I believe they have a 10-minute timer on them, and then they'll despawn. But, having some cover at least to... He's killed her, by the way. But some cover to run through, not necessarily an open field. Like you said, up the hill, down the hill. Just give yourself some cover, give yourself some protection, and not just, each one of those points is a PvP kill if they are kitted on up. Obviously, no points if they are naked. But, one of those kills can start stacking up. Could be 10, 20, 30, and, can build yourself a lead.
Yeah, and Frag have got points. They're on 39 now. PvP points plus the helicopter crates. So they've done well out of objectives. 5th, they're in a comfortable position. But Mango Bus, even though Mango Bus were out here causing trouble, still on 82 points, still running away. So I'm going to quickly check on the hard point before we go to some more bases. And would you look at that? Somebody, Mr. Toxical, has come in here to contest the first win. So points will be probably on hold at this point. Just trying to see if they notice. Just chilling there. Because again, it's quite a new thing for us as well in terms of the occupation of the hard zone. So, hard point, sorry. So yeah, White X probably looking around. I'm not sure again. We're working on it in first person back. We trialed it in Trust and Rust and it works lovely, but there is a bug and it's something that has affected admins and admins of other servers. There is a bug where sometimes when you come out to first person view, you get stuck under the map and have to reconnect to the server. Now that's a Rust bug, not a Base Invaders bug, but it does mean that when we're using a solo observer like we normally do for Base Invaders, can't risk it, else we'd be reconnecting to the server 24/7 and you'd be getting a little bit annoyed. So we're figuring out a fix for that. Our devs do talk to Face Punch and others. But for now, we just have to stick with free cam. Yay! We're doing so much at the moment.
Can't find him.
Yeah, he just... Oh, he's actually killed himself. He's F1, so I wonder if that means first winner under attack. Let's have a quick look at the there, and you see hardpoint does say contested. Toxical has come home, so looks like first win having a bit of trouble here with Zerkers and Jabroni outside of Leech's base. And I've just decided to come back. Nobody's out there fighting. Let's go over this way, just have a look at Jabroni, see who's fighting who. Because it might be they're preparing to raid Leech. We've got 9 minutes left of attack phase.
This is really the time that you have to set up and prepare. And I honestly like that though, like sending one of your 5 players over to maybe not even get those kills, maybe just literally hide on the hard point, which like you said, just it doesn't give you points, but it denies points from a team that is right now in the lead. And like we talked about, you are in the lead at the end of this attack phase. You get that extra 10 points. You give yourself a little bit of an extra lead. That's exactly what you don't want to give Mango right now.
Yep. So we'll have a quick look around your base just to see who we can find at some action of. We can see here Tuchol, Jamesy, Moores, Mario, regular BI players, veterans, still scrubs. We just said Jamesy dropped down to 1 HP on the landing there, very close to killing himself. But again, you know, for all that they make some silly mistakes, they're a good fighting team. So I'd expect Tuchol to do quite well. Currently in 9th place on 31 points. And they're close enough to Dome. That's the good thing. Dome and launch site, they're in a good spot.
Looks like the final patrol helicopter will be taken down here. So possibly another final 15 points to be split among. It's kind of landed in between a couple teams this time, other than kind of landed on the shores like the other 2 have. So that those fires will be up and burning for a little bit of time until those expire. Obviously, you know, team's going to set up around them, maybe try and get some coverage. But I mean, there's a lot of building in the middle there.
I'm saying, has Heli gone down here?
I think so. More
they're fighting attack. They're fighting Scrappy, but oh, there we go. Heli has now been destroyed. So where are they? Oh, G2. Ooh. So we'll fly back to the south coast in a second. Frag again.
Wow.
So attack heli is a random spawn chance. We've had it sometimes where it comes from the same direction. In this case, Frag have been clever and kept an eye out that it's gone mostly north side. It was you know, northeast, then it was east coast, now it's west coast. But they've been very clever to pinch this. And again, Frag 39 points would go up to 54 points. That would put them into 4th place. Still not quite enough in terms of contesting with your top 3. Porsche, Bomb G, and Mango Bus are fighting as well as controlling the hardpoint zone for Mango. But you know, solid approach. They've done very little to get quite a lot. They've had a bit of fighting with Mango, but
and that's good. That's like you said, you get two of those patrol helicopters. You're necessarily kind of a little bit away from other bases. So hopefully at this time, you know, your other teammates should be smelting. They should be building up the base as you try and get these helicopters as well. So you can split your resources effectively because again, we talked about it. If you go into this raid phase, if your top half of your base is still stone, I mean, you are going to be one of the first targets, if not the first target.
Exactly. Just looking at chat, Finley15 says drops. There are no Ross drops currently live. Again, Face Punch, the makers of Rust, will announce on Twitter and other socials, and in-game, to be fair, they put it on the main menu as well, when drops are coming. So that there are several drop windows each year. You know, there'll be drops for stuff like, obviously, Trust and Rust, other charity events. I mean, hopefully we get another raiding Rust for charity this year. Again, charitable Rust will be back. We'll probably do a Trust and Rust 5 in the winter or start of next year. So, you know, there's several events that will be coming that will have drops there. Plus, you've got things like the Dark Horse project that goes on for content creators. So Twitch rivals. So there'll definitely be several stream drops this year. But yeah, nothing at the moment. Do keep an eye out though. You can see twitch.tv/drops. We'll list whatever games have got anything available. But the good news is, obviously, again, as you saw with Trusting Rust 4, we did have the drops fixed. So drops are working on the Rustoria channel these days, which is fantastic. And so when they are available for Rust as a community, you will be able to watch Base Invaders and get your drops at the same time. But speaking of drops, we're going to drop back in on this coastal side, because I know you were keen to see what was going on, Marmot.
Yeah, coastal side here. One of the teams literally built themselves right on the beach. Interesting little base. I'm not gonna lie. It's connected at the bottom, but it has like three little mini towers along with a main interesting base. So could be in any one of these towers. I'm not gonna lie. It's an interesting base design. I don't know how it's gonna hold up.
Yep, not sealed enough for my liking. It's the structure's right. But yeah, not sealed enough at all. These things, doors everywhere. The fact I'm going in again, caster as the observer, we're allowed to go wherever we can see. If the base isn't shut, that's not our fault. And I'm just
Everything
wondering, has somebody been here as like an occupying force? Is that what's happened? Because this is
possibly.
very barren. There's so few boxes and beds in here. And again, just working my way back out, snaking around. Okay, so there are some shut doors. And oh, there we go. So 3 minutes to go. Should just move the camera back around this way. And Team Sigma MMNT, which might be Sigma Management, I'm not sure. They are lurking outside Team Glory's Basin. I think the question I pose to you, Llama, is: do you think maybe they've gone a bit too big with the base
Yeah.
design? They've built this grand base, and it looks very nice. It's a clever idea. It makes it very difficult to guess where a TC is. But do you think, because they've gone so big on this, they perhaps should have gone for more of a standard base size, make sure it was fully fitted with doors and shields on the windows and stuff, and then maybe made some extra bits? It's the vibe I'm getting. Almost they've got eyes bigger than the prize.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's like you said, it's a good idea in concept, but it didn't seem like they put their time to the greatest use. Some nice kills there, at least some nice shooting floor angles, but like you said, not a lot of doors going to be able to connect them. There's going to be a lot of those windows that are open for people to jump through, and maybe that middle section is just a bait. Maybe that is where most people would think the most obvious location of the TC would be, but it's going to be laddering up. It's going to be possibly once it's not in that main core, all these other three kind of tiny towers are going to be easy to kind of break through. So I think, yeah, maybe they could have gone for a little bit more of a, standard base, but, we'll see. It all comes down to the defense. It's not the base, it's how you defend it.
Yep. And Sigma all over this at the moment. They've seen how open it is. They must be rubbing their hands together, because this is just free real estate here. Just following in through the base. It's exactly the route that I went before, and you just see there's just nothing stopping them going down. They are just working through. And there's your door. They've shut a door. They've shut a door. Incredible.
Like we talked about, there's nothing really under that door. It's pretty much fully barren under there. No real beds, no real loot, no real anything. So I wonder, are they going to be able to defend these towers? Because they are connected at the bottom. So if they get access to that bottom floor through rockets or just destroying some of those garage doors, they could have access easily towards some of those other, little chunks of the base.
Honestly, I think this base is done for, and I'm tempted to go and have a quick look at other bases before we come back to this, because I think this is one of the first ones that's going straight out the window. It's a nice idea. In terms of design, it's quite pretty, but let's break it down from a functional point of view, just to bring the camera back in a minute. When you see bases like this, normally people have this pillbox ready and raring to go as doors on, embrasures on. You're using it to peek and shoot. It's a pillbox. It's meant to be a defensive hub that you can stop anyone landing on your roof and killing them with. Where's the doors? Where's any protection? There's nothing. You're literally, it's just an open room. What's it? What, am I sunning in there? Am I just going to put a chair and read a newspaper? It's not.
Yeah, it's a sunroom.
Yeah, so a sunroom is great. If you want to RP in Base Invaders, you can do, but you're going to die very quickly. So yeah, Bugor and co, regular players, they know how to raid this. They will storm that bottom level very quickly. But the meta is what I was coming back to, is so many teams build on the roof. They build turrets to cover themselves. They have beds up there, boxes. They live on the roof and they fight downwards. High ground is always really important. These guys have got no high ground. They've got high points, but they don't own that high ground. So it's very disappointing from that sense that, yeah, they're just so vulnerable. Just a quick look then around the neighbours. Alting might contest. Young might contest again as well, young men. Further across, we've got Lan and, is that Gumao? Yeah, and Sigma Management there themselves. Again, base style we've seen before, Llama, the triangle. It's a nice chunky boy, but brings us back to what I said about the roof. Turrets, armoured doors, boxes. So there we have it. Now, boom is going off.
As we'd expect.
Yeah, Mango got the extra 10 points, so they are 118 points. As Luke go out to Kazhu. So the boys mocking my name have just got themselves the first TC of the event. Congrats. That puts them on to 69 points. Very nice score in fourth.
Nice. Can't score anymore. They're not allowed to.
To be fair, knowing them, they might not score anymore, so... Scrubs are going to be scrubs. Yeah, I like this. They're being quick about this. I'm going to breach the wall because I know exactly where this base is built. That's how bad it is. It's like, I know I can go over that wall safely, and I know you've got no doors there. Which is a little bit tragic, but here you go. Sigma just breaching in. I'll have a peek on these doors here. This one leads to not a lot. And this one leads to not a lot. Yeah, no, in fairness, these two didn't have doors when I was in the first time. So they put a couple of doors in as goal. There you go. Glory of gone. It's over here. So that was it. TC was in this room. So unlucky not to catch on camera, but yeah, it was a very quick raid. That second raid of the event done. And yeah, Sigma jump into fourth place, 81 points. They're ahead of Kazhu.
And I think it was the pre-preparation. I mean, like you talked about, just scanning through that base, making sure you cleared out the full midsection, and then going and destroying very, very quickly, getting those 40 points. Mango, like you said, they gained the 10 points for winning that attack phase. Also, really, really strong performance on that hard point. We'll see if, again, if they can hold this lead because, you know, last time, you know, last EU, there was a team that had this massive lead from going into the raid phase, and you know they just didn't get a single TC, I believe. So that just, you know, you need to keep getting points.
Exactly. Now, just to bring us back into the roof point, the meta. Still, there are doors there, but it's, you know, this is what a rooftop normally is. You know, access points, hatch. You can shoot down internally. You can shoot outwards. You've got windows. You've got peaks. However you're doing the outside approach, you know, it's making sure that you've got access and you're controlling from up high. That meta's been the case really for about a year now, of people just evolving to that point. You know, we've seen a lot of variations on the advent calendar style inside. I'll just have a quick peek just to show you. These walls have doors built into them. There are corridors through these. So, you know, we're not giving away any secrets here. This is compartmentalized. They block the corners off so that you can't see really where your bearings are. So it's a very smart approach from Team Kazhu. And yeah, I'm sure they'll have fun getting raided. So we're just looking here. Whose base is this the base they got rid of? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's Luke's base or Luke's base. So Bomb G backing off. Let's go pick a new raid. I know we were looking actually next door. Because Sigma might be pushing this as well. So Alting's base have come under attack by young men. Sigma are raiding from the side as well.
Two different raids coming from two different sides here as they start to set up. Also, Shane Foster, hello, how you doing? Welcome on into Base Invaders. Hope your day's going good. I know mine is. I'm enjoying some Rust action. We're getting into the raid phase here. Hour and a half, that's what we're going to have here for these two squads. And looks like that, like you said, they're raiding from both sides here. We'll see if they try to maybe get on the roof, get that high ground like you talked about. That was so important. But right now, just destroy this outer shell, destroy this outer wall.
Yeah. And a smart approach again, the tactics for hitting the corner. It's clever. You know, with the base styles like this, when you've got like a sort of ridged corner like this, that you can punch your way through not only the outer shell, which is where they're going to be hiding doors and possibly the TC, but you can also then punch your way to the inner core. So you're getting the outer shell, the inner walkways, and then the inner core all in one swift sort of, you know, aggressive burst. So it's definitely the right move to punch a hole in that corner and get yourself access points. Young men are being clever though as well, doing similar. They haven't punched aside too much. They've punched upwards and into here. You can see twig. Ugh.
Yeah.
But this is what we're talking about. You know, you see they've built some corners up, but Sigma are burning this corner through. They get through here. They will hit an armored corner, which I'm hoping isn't where TC is. I really want to peek the door. And I always want to peek doors. Jay can do it 20. Hello to you too. Welcome to the chat. Again, we are watching stream as well, paying attention. So if you want us to show a team, want to show a player, just let us know which team they're in and where we might find them, and we'll go to that. You know, if people are raiding, we are on a 2-minute delay stream-wise, so we're keeping an eye out. But obviously, we'll do what we can for the action as we're just running through the base here. Max is just cleaning up.
Looking to get further into the base here. Looks like Anto's baby is going to be eliminated there by 2 cold. So a couple of teams picking up some TCs early in the raid phase here. Mango's lead, you know, still 20-25 points, so pretty good for them. Hopefully, like we said, the information that they gained in the attack phase was a lot, but hopefully they can convert that into maybe a raid or 2 here, as the C4 are going to keep going, but obviously, you know, it takes some time to switch between that rocket, maybe between that rocket and that rifle. So gets caught with it, gets caught with their pants down, and the kill will go over. Beautiful trade there, taking down to what, 10 HP?
Yeah, so it's counter raid hit. Sigma are in, Young Men are also in. You see Sigma trying to push back in. Dolg outside lurking, Young Men dark and darker enjoyer. It is a good game to be fair. Yeah, dark and dark enjoyer is trying to block Sigma management from coming in. And Alting are trying to defend, but it's not going well at all. Max just running through this base. And again, this should bring us into the outer section. You see here, the Young Men are already in as well, so it's really, really contested in here. And I guess next question, Llama, is who's gonna win this? Does Dole go out to Mujiki?
Yeah, it's a good question. Both seem to be kind of pushing at different points. It looks like right now, this squad right here, they're pushing kind of through the mid-core. The other team kind of pushing through the outside. But some trades have to go through there. Beautiful job there to pick up a couple of kills.
So we've been a bit unlucky with the raid so far not to catch a TC. Always the way early in the raid phase. I believe this one's going to be a TC as well, just because it's so open. And let's see, we can go through that door because the C4's on it, so we need them to blow something here that we can peek. But this is the metal corner we were talking about that seems sus, Llama. I mean, my guess...
Looking sus.
My guess is it's in the corner here. Are they going through the upstairs? Yes, they are. There's armoured. And if we peek... Ooh.
Oh.
It's not.
Okay.
Is that a good
bait?
That's a great bait. Oh, wait, what?
Ooh.
Alting have been eliminated by Sigma management, but it wasn't here. I'm so confused. I'm so unless it was a bug and we couldn't see it.
Something like that.
Just going to be cheeky and fly in a second. No, that's yeah, that's a loot box. So it was correct. So Alting must have bombed a different spot then. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sigma at the same time. Yeah, unlucky. Again, the bit we thought was a bait, so sucks to be us. But yeah, another raid successfully done. So Alting out in last place. Unfortunately, they were on, say, 6 points there. Mr. Cheek says raids in the snow. Yeah, we can see that on the radar, so let's go have a look.
A lot of raids in the snow.
Oh, there's a lot of raids in the snow. So we have Team Solo here. Mujiki just got 1 raid done. Got some boom in the distance as well. How are they pushing? You can see the Frosto on a 5-kill streak. That's looking right. Oh, this is the bit we were perhaps needing to look at then. Let's check it. Is Team Solo. Yeah, so traitors are inside.
It's a bit of airflow, you could say.
Yeah, just keeping the fresh air in.
Right, yeah.
Team Kaz2 out in the background. Max there hasn't played in a long time. Probably forgot how to shoot the scrub. Just looking around the back though, Majiki, much more of a disciplined approach with Within. Already leading the way there. It's a bit awkward though because they're blowing the door when there's a massive breach on the other side for one, but it's probably cheaper to take out the wall as well. So
yeah, give yourself a little bit of intro here. They're gonna run as 3. That's really smart. Just use the teamwork, use the communication here. Gonna get into the that compound here. Gonna continue and see what they do with this one though. Some armored pieces on the side of this one, but it's like you said, they're getting aped from both sides here as some trades come
great
through.
double kill.
Oh, it's gonna get rezzed most likely.
Maybe. We're definitely gonna get a timestamp of that one for our highlights though. Just to let people know, we do have a highlights go up each month onto youtube.com/Rustoria. So it's mostly a Base Invaders channel at the moment. We put our weekly VODs up from each session for people to go back and watch, because Twitch only keeps them for 2 weeks. But we also will put up the monthly highlights. Say December highlights are up, Christmas 4 highlights are up, and you know, say at the moment doing 5,500 views, something so crazy numbers there. And so glad to see people that. I mean, the event itself, though, just to throw back to that, you know, such a big production event from us. The Twitch VOD itself had, at last check, about 122,000 views, so it's insane. You know, it just shows that, yeah, okay, maybe some people don't want to watch the... oh, no way.
Wow.
Solo stolen by Kazu on the outer side. Kazu literally peeked. We're just panning around as well. Mujiki are gonna be so angry.
And it's like you walk out of the iPhone store with a brand new iPhone and some guy just pickpockets it right out of your back pocket. Don't even realize till you got home. That's 40 points. That's a nice, again, job for them to continue. I mean, they've been doing good here in this raid phase, now picking up their second raid, I believe. So
Yeah.
we'll be hoping to maybe pick up some kills along the way, but on the run right now.
Yeah, it's almost very much a police helicopter camera, this. Kazu full retreat, Majiki all over, and the Russians are coming to get you, boys. As Bobo, Tempered, Max, and Yogi all line up to try and defend. Oh, Max has gone down. See, here comes the push. Bobo clapped. Max did get the res though, to be fair. As Gretschka... Ooh, Traitor's gone to skew. And Gretschka gets the kill on Max. The heavy LMG down the coast there. So Mujiki get the kills, but it was a decent hold there by Kazu. As they try and go home. They spawned the bags back that way to fair to cause trouble, so probably going to try and loot some gear, but... No, nice little steal. Good shout from Mr. Cheeks in chat to go see raids in the snow. Ramza says, can 2 clans come raid 2? I presume you mean raid. Answer is yes. They can't team up, but they can raid at the same time, as long as they're proven to be competitive to each other. So, you know, as we just saw with the raid here, Mujiki on solo. If Mujiki had just left Kazu alone, that would be suspicious to us and we'd investigate. But because they were really keen to kill him, we know it's just... good timing, and in all honesty, it is the way it goes.
Yep, that is the way it goes sometimes. You know, sometimes there's that double raid on both sides, and that just, you know, that happens. But it will be, you know, it is competitive. That's what it has to be, and that's what it's going to stay to be throughout the whole day.
Exactly. Gabe the Wizard in chat. How do I participate in these events? So every Monday, usually, is the sign-ups in the Base Invaders Discord. You can use the command !Discord in the chat. And that will give you access to the Base Invaders Discord. Sign-ups are on Monday. We announce what team size there is. Say people can bring a team if they want. They can also go into the LFG channel and look for teams to join into. Plenty of people need plenty of players. Not everyone's available each week, so lots of chopping and changing. You'll see. You know, we refer to regular players, but really, regular players side, not always the teams are the same. You know, you'll see some regular teams, but mostly people chop and change. So, yeah, you can definitely get involved in the teams that way through the sign-ups. And I say, all the stuff comes out usually on a Monday. Deadline for each event is 30 minutes, 35 minutes before, sort of thing. So yeah, always space to get more people in. This one's a little bit slow, and I can hear some loud noises behind me. So let's go over to I-12.
A little bit slow, but yeah, get your friends in here. It's just fun, even if you aren't maybe one of the players that consistently plays Rust. Maybe just have some fun time with your friends. But if you are someone that just want to participate, make sure to go check that out. Sign up. Yeah. Obviously, different team sizes each week. So
we have got some role players here. Look at Team Porsche, or if you really want to be panicky, Team Porsche. Yeah. We got 911. The correct answer is the 911. You got Mustang, 718, Cayenne, and Taycan, and they are burning their way through here onto Team NPS.
Rockets coming out, firing one after another, trying to break through that outer wall. See if they can find anything. The roof is interesting, per se. It's no real way inside, but it's got a turret or two.
It reminds me a little bit of the old roof styles we had, where it's nice and secure. I like the little weird pillboxes, not just because they're that functional. I mean, they're useful, but they've kept it as the shooting floors, the living quarters, and then the peak on the roof. That's fine. Personally, I'd have gone with some barricades on the roof as well, just to make it really difficult. But you can see here, Porsche now burning through the walls and the gates, really open his compound up. So let's see what they can do inside.
we'll see if they can break on through here. Going through kind of this second floor right now, kind of scanning through, seeing what they can find, starting to put some C4 on those hatches. And yeah, it'll break down to more of the level. It doesn't look like a super amount of doors until you get to the bottom. So a lot of the top just seems to be maybe a PvP area, maybe just some of that shooting
Mm.
floor. But I'm somewhat worried that this raid is going very quickly.
Oh, wow. This
Yeah.
reminds me of like a white base. Like almost like 2 layers of like a very secure top end, make it look not that interesting. And then inside it's very heavily armored. Nicely dropped in again. They are inside the chicken coop here. Oh, what was... No, not a bolty. No.
Yeah. And left the 2 doors open.
Now, I say TC shouldn't be in here, and it's not. My guess is TC's in one of the signal doors.
Yeah, I'd assume.
I can hear it, but I can't see it.
Smell it.
It was somewhere here. Where was it? I'm so annoyed. Every raid we've been to, they've taken, but we've not seen the TC take. It's the Kaz curse. It's so annoyed. So yeah,
That's
everyone
what it
in
is,
chat.
nonetheless.
So everyone in chat feel bad for Llama because Kaz is letting them down, but that's it's
Oh, no.
another successful raid. Very nicely done, but again, nicely done raid. It was a poor raid in terms of the defense. Very, very limited defense there. Porsche didn't really have much in the way of opposition. Which raid would you like to go to next then, Llama? We've got south still, we've got north.
I think we go a little bit north. I think there's a couple raids up there. Haven't been north in a little bit. These teams a little bit more isolated, I think, from the rest of the group. Of course, like you said, though, with that, though, they're going to jump into first place, jump above Mango, who has held it for the majority of the time in this event so far throughout that full attack phase and through the raid phase. But, they haven't seemed to get that raid found out yet for them. Again, this kind of happened last week. Same thing where, you have that advantage in the attack phase. You still have to carry it over to something in the raid phase. You have to use that information. And some of these raids look like they have mostly been squashed.
Yep, first win, lurking around, but Zerkers are doing okay. Let's check over in G6. This sounds a lot bigger. And we saw Too Cold earlier, got a raid off. This is James's team, Moors, Mario Steak, and Jabroni are taking the brunt of it now. Not a bad base, but again, you said this earlier, Llama. Looks a bit like a castle. Looks a bit like, someone's gone on a how to build a base guide. And I think the next question is, why didn't they Google how to defend a base? Because at the moment, nobody's shooting at this team. They are just free firing on your base. Where's the defense? Why are you not on the roof shooting? Why are you not running out? Yes, Too Cold have built on the slope, and that's right. Because it was being honest, a dumb idea to build below a slope, give people the high ground. So, yeah, the critique from Casticaz is, Gamao gone to Sigma. Sigma
Nice.
again, first place, 1 point in it. But yeah, the critique would be, don't build next to a high ground where people can shoot at. Don't forget to defend your base. Because, yeah, I'm so confused. Like, Erink's taking damage here, not fully geared. All these bitches know. Bolner, outside. Playmaker and Yorick inside. And all the while, Moors, Jamesy, lobbing rockets. Steak there. Mario's keeping an eye out. Nerm's lobbing rockets. So, you've got 4 shooting rockets and 1 PvP. Mario's even shooting them. That's 5 people rocketing. There's no way you let 5 people rocket. You get out there and you contest them. And the only people contesting at the moment are Leech. Leech are flanking. Another team is having to come defend your base for you. That's tragic.
It's a little bit tragic, but I mean, it is a problem here for Too Cold. They're gonna have to pull out the rifles. They're gonna have to hopefully try and defend here because, like you said, you can't have 5 players rocking. It does take like a second timer or something to pull out that rifle. So you have to make sure you are ready for it. Leech, though, they're sending 3 players over, but they are in an open field with no cover right now. It looks like they will be able to pull a first out. They'll place a wall now, but yeah, now this is the time to repair. This is the time to reset your base when these 2 teams are fighting because, the onslaught is going to continue.
For sure. And you can see Jabroni starting to push out now. Erank's pushed onto Mario. Mario's gone. Steak is low HP and might have also gone to Jamesy, and Mario's respawned. Nerm out too. Nerm's getting lit up through this tree line. Leech have done a really good job here flanking. Again, using the terrain, using the dips very nicely. And for all that, Too Cold have had the high ground. My criticism of Jabroni still stands that, you've given people the high ground. You can't bank on another team coming and saving your life, because all that's going to happen now is Leech are pushing in. As we follow them in, they're going to find some Too Cold members in a second, such as the beds. It's great defense from Jamesy, but too many, just too many. But you see, they've built these walls up. Moors will try and go for the kit. Has he got the gun? Nope. He tried it, he failed. But now Too Cold have lost the high ground to Leech, but Leech will be able to push on Jabroni.
For now.
Exactly, though, I say Nerm does go down as well. You've got 2 members of Leech up. Actually, it's the point. Is a rank going to clear out? Nerm's back. And about to go, maybe, if a rank can shoot.
Jumping.
Yeah, Leech cleaning her back. Obviously, I know people are having trouble seeing this. We're having trouble seeing this. Yorick looking to rocket. No, maybe. You're going to take some beds out here, boy? Defend your own base? There we go. So after all that dumbassery, Jabroni actually do claim the hill just because Leech, just did what they did. Rosa Star in chat says, can you not put purple fonts on top of purple background, please? It is something we flagged up. It's not what we, the caster team, wanted. Our dev/designer that did our overlays has been told. You can see obviously it's quite clear there when we look over the sky. It gets a bit muddier as we come over terrain. So we're working on getting some new graphics in terms of the transparency. Same for the scoreboard. Love the fact that team names now show up in red when they're eliminating stuff, but it's all a little bit too faint. So feedback has been passed on both to ownership, management, whoever, as well as the dev team. So it will be getting changed in the next couple of weeks. So appreciate your patience with that. Again, we're all trying new things, trying to keep things evolving with the broadcast, design-wise. As we see, Lana eliminated. Sigma again.
Again, yeah. Third time, I think now. Third base they've raided.
Yep, 3 raids there. And Gao, we got here too late. This is Gao's base. Mango Bus have taken an absolute... taking this apart. See.
They blow through this one. I'd also like to say that's huge for Mango. I mean, getting their first TC, obviously, we talked about, slowing down, not able to get one in that first 20-some minutes, but finally finding their footing, finally getting that 40 points, and,
they're only 1 point behind in second. Yeah, so they're only 1 point behind. It just shows just how big a thing they did in the attack phase, that they've slacked, for lack of a better, to be mean, they've slacked in this phase. And yet, here they are. Now, we've got 3rd place Porsche. Again, very aggressive. And they are pounding into Majiki's base, which is great for Team Kazu because Majiki were all over them. So if you lose a rival, that's perfect. But
those base raids do become easier when you don't have neighbors that are constantly pressuring you. But the pressure will continue here from Porsche as they're looking to blow out this outer wall of the base here. Obviously, haven't broken into the compound just yet, but they're putting so much pressure down right now. All 5 players just sending those rockets out, making sure that there is nothing left standing. And I assume that the TC wouldn't be on this side, but this is a great intro to this base. Just give yourself a lot of space to play with and give the opponents not a lot of space. Be nothing left.
Yeah, just ripping it apart here. Majiki's starting to push out, but the damage. The base is wide open. The compound's now open. I'm just looking in the Discord just to see who is in Team Porsche while we watch this.
We're gonna push in, rotate. It looks like now getting it through that outer compound, breaking through the inner wall of the base now. If they can find the TC, obviously 40 points on the board for any team that does take a TC, so could be nice for Porsche, like you said, right now, currently sitting in 3rd place, one that they need and one that they could want here, going into about, almost a third of the way through here, through the raid phase. Been consistent, though, like you talk about, very, very aggressive team that has been, working out their raids really, really well.
Yep, so just for anyone who watches regularly, Team Porsche is Nikita, Jelin, Lil Pick, Lich, and Fax. So makes sense why they're so aggressive. They're just this is a team that are notoriously heavy raiders. As Majiki though, Russian on Russian violence.
That's violence for science here.
I was really hoping that was a TC find. We haven't seen one yet. Team Porsche, you know, show us the way.
That's the way.
Now, just give me a bit of an overview, Llama. How do you feel about the rooftop here?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's better than some other bases that we've seen. It's got the armored doors, the armored walls there to kind of get into the base. Obviously, it has the beds, it has the crates up there. Like you said, you live and you die by the roof, by that high ground, and they might die by it. And obviously, they're gonna have the shooting floor here. Some of their, stuff is getting destroyed, so you have to be somewhat careful. But I like it nonetheless. But obviously, 5 rocketers can destroy anything.
Yep, so Majiki have actually repelled the raid. Great effort there. But yeah, I think this one's going to drag on a while. Porsche have got the beds, they've got the time there, so we'll come back to this one. Let's go check nearby at K14, because we're hearing boom all over this. And oof, a roof raiding from Team Oof. So I might call it Oof raiding, because it is a big oof to roof raid. It's scummy. It's so cheap. It just sat here lobbing a rocket. Look at me, I'm Billy Big Bananas. And I've missed.
Oh man,
tragic.
oh.
So, I'm gonna say, while we're here as well, just to explain the situation with God's building, the rules have changed for Base Invaders since Trust in Rust. We now have a 45-minute build phase, which you can do whatever you want in there. Base can't be damaged. People can't take the piss and kill you. Once you're into attack phase and beyond, the base can't be extended. So you can't extend your compound, you can't extend your base. You can do repairs, but that's about it. So, this now, you couldn't add an extra foundation out here to pad it out. You can just rebuild what you had before. Your footprint is what counts. So, some teams have started to go for a fatter footprint, so they've got more room to rebuild during the raid phase, but that tends to be the teams who build defensive. I think you'll agree, Lamio, the ones who sit and turtle.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be a decent base, not just a turtle, but you need to be able to take kills from it. You can't just defend up everything, not have a shooting floor, and like you were saying, just turtle up and stay there the whole entire game. So it is that same thing though. You don't want rebuilds are a thing that can block a rocket, so you don't want them just building out super far, building out past where they have been building. So that build phase is just so important to get those resources, get your base built up. And a lot of teams that have survived so far seem to have done so, but it looks like our team up on the hill, Kings of the Hill over here, be possibly defending a base here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find any bodies, Llama, just because
Yeah,
someone's clearly,
someone was here. Yeah.
I could just steal the horse. It'd be weird though. Yeah, so someone was here, but I can't see any dead bodies. I'm just having a peek quickly before we disappear, just because normally, you see the losers, you see they've been dealt with. Ladders, ammo, doors, so they were preparing. Oh, here we go. This is what we want to see. Who was it? Mujiki. That's very brave.
That's a long way.
And so, well, not just that, they were being attacked by Porsche. Let's just check. First win, that's it. So one of Mujiki's clearly been here to be nosy. But first win were the ones pushing Team Frag, so good defense there. Frag, where are Frag on the board actually? Only 14th place. That surprises me. I'd have thought there. But yeah, just so chat can have a look, we'll just keep that up for a second. You've got Sigma, 237 in first place, Mango, 233 in second, Porsche, third, 197. So very much a 3-horse race at the moment, but Bomji, we've not really been following them much. They're quietly defending their way, as we saw before, with Russian Dominator, whatever it was. First win, full PMA, Mujiki, Kazu, 2 cold young men, bringing out the top 10. Some teams, yeah, Sky, Big Kahuna, Jabroni, not really doing much in terms of score, but generally quite a competitive event so far.
It is. It definitely is. There are 3 teams, like you said, that are kind of more towards that lead, but still an hour left. Still a lot of time for these teams. If one of the teams, like we talked about in Mango, if you slow down, if you don't convert that lead that you have into more points, into more pressure, then you're not going to win. There could be a team that steps up, takes a couple of TCs, and all of a sudden they're back in it and you're out of it. And if you're not getting those points constantly, you're going to be the one that falls out of it.
Whee! It's really hard to bank with a camera following a helicopter, so bear with me. But yeah, Kaz is in the passenger seat here. Let's see where we go. We're flying somewhere. As you can see there as well, you'll probably be blocked slightly in the bottom right by the Rustoria sponsorship stuff, but 1000 HP on the heli. It is full. It is ready. And these boys are getting cocked, locked and loaded. Now, should point out as well, my physical body will block shots, so the second they come under fire, I will jump out the helicopter so as not to be any sort of meat shield for them. Because the pilot and the 4 boys here, they deserve to be shot at now. It's Kazu Deepex getting shot in the sky there, minicopter scouting. Just have a look where we are now.
I don't know if it's just me, but I imagine like Fortunate Son playing like bow bow, bow bow, as they're going right off towards this raid.
So now we leave somebody headshotting there for full PM8. They are going to move down. Will they try and defend? Or I'm sorry, will they try and raid it? Or are they going to look elsewhere? Yeah, Fortunate Son, it reminds me, have you seen the Family Guy episode where they're on about the trauma of just Fortunate Son playing 24/7 when you join the army? It's like, it's appropriate now. Ooh. Now this could be fun, because they're nearby. They're out fighting. They're out fighting, but they're nearby. Look at them coming home. Look at this. Meow meow, Batman, White X. Crasher in the distance as well. They are all running back. You've got to land high, boys. You've got to land. No, turrets. They're going in the compound. That's nice.
Ballsy, I like it. Send it.
Ballsy. Yeah, trying to get an aerial view just so you can see how the defenders are coming.
Yeah, the only team has to place those walls out outside to make sure they're safe.
This is crazy.
Hey, so PvP set up.
Team frag pushing. Here we go. Oh.
Nice
It's going to peek again. Carnage goes down to Meow Meow on the other side. Otter out back. Is White X going to be paying attention? It's a bit far. Meow Meow goes in and cleans up there. Strong does take out on the defense there. Oh, I guess Meow Meow too. Double kill. Buffy holding, Otter on the way back in. Strong has cleaned up. White X just respawned inside the little outhouse. We have a little bit of a lag there. 1 second. Bomb on the door. White X gets mullered. But yeah. Again, we see these before. Little outhouses for spawning. It's very rare you get anyone in there that's got, a TC.
I finally frag traded out here. A lot of the players of frag look like they mostly are eliminated. So possibly run back from afar, but I mean, it was a ballsy play. It did not work out in the end. The PvP from the other side was just too good.
Now, I believe he's the second to last. No, last place. Big Kahuna are in last place, 18th. Someone just shot him. Who killed him? Oh, full PMA. So Big Kahuna's base there. They've tried to be nosy at the big boys getting attacked. And full PMA have gone, I don't like this. You're getting shot.
You shoot us, we'll shoot you back, and even better. And we're going to look here. Again, under an hour now in our raiding phase for these teams to try and earn some points here. At the moment, though, up on the hill, I actually really like that positioning. Although this is going to be a push, it looks like, from Big Kahuna to try and clear out this squad. It's a nice location, I'd have to say. Yeah,
definitely. It's they're in a good spot, but at least for all the Big Kahuna are in last place, they've got high ground. And I want to point out this base. This is a beautiful base. Yeah. They've made it look like a castle. They've got fan peaks. They've got ramps. You've got twin shooting floors in terms of the windows and the peak edges. Not just that, you've got an internal protection wall. You've got some armored. You've got the drop down point. You've got boxes and beds. You've got so much vision. And if we have a peak for it, I'm not going to go too low. Well, we can't anyway, but Jenny's a bit weak. That could be better hidden. Maybe put a box in front of it. But other than that, though, this is a very functional rooftop to operate from for a team that, our last place, they're probably not going to be a very confident team or experienced team in Base Invaders, but they have got a very nice keep on the go and probably going to get eliminated, but I imagine they'll make a good fight with this base. This is very well set up for holding out.
Yeah, it's a strong base for sure. It's the question again is maybe they read up on the tutorial of, oh, this is how you build the best base in Base Invaders, but did you read up on, oh, we have to defend it as well. Well, it's still an opportunity for them, still some time for them to bounce back as we hop on over towards another raid that's going on.
Yeah, just checking Mango Bus's base because there was a thing popped up again. I heard a bang, but might have just been nothing. Again, we have seen, obviously, raids up here have been going on. Red Light is saying bombs have been going off here, so presumably someone's been getting attacked on the beds. We're going to see a lot between Zerkers and First Wind, so we'll keep an eye on it. Jabroni, though, there you go. Too Cold and Leech both pushing on Jabroni. And these were... That's probably why they've got points, to be fair, because they are in 16th at the 18th, 63 points. But these guys... You can just hear the C4.
Yeah.
Just there's a lot going down with this.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to defend two different sides. We'll see though. See if they can do. Some ladders already there. Half of it looks like that outer shell of the base already destroyed. So we'll see if the team can run in. It looks like they got possibly some bags there to get those respawns on in. They got a nice hole in the wall, and it looks like it's just gonna have to be the defense here. Rockets will go down though. Just trying some of the things on the shooting floor now. Gonna start breaking through these doors here. Oh baby. There we go.
Oh baby. A little premature, I'll admit. However, we haven't caught a TC on cast yet. And also, Mario was 100% blowing this door. Mario.
Please.
Mario, no.
Oh, no.
Mario, what are you doing? You one rocket away from TC. You absolute psychopath.
That's just... If someone else steals this, I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna say, just to disprove my point.
Yeah. Of course, like the first one we see, of course, they don't go behind the door.
No, I'll say, where's Leech? Where's Leech? So, they're bombing things. They haven't been... He's thrown C4 down here. No, that leads the exact same way. A little bit weird, that. But surely too cold to come back in and zerg this one. I'm just trying to check on the outside where they are. It's just purely Leech, so let's see then. Jabroni, risk. Leech exchange goes down. Playmaker with a great kill holding out double AKs as you should do. Rotate. It's quicker to switch than it is to... Oh no!
No.
Oh buddy. You've fucked up there, my friend.
Fall damage.
Emotional damage, more like. The police have got you. Yeah, they've got you. Team Leech. As Zerkers go out to first win. Let's get ourselves back outside, Llama.
Yeah, I think this raid is taking too long. I think we expected this one to be over a couple minutes ago. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's very surprising. I mean, let's see, fair. WLMQ is nearby. Is he going to look? My guy.
Maybe.
My guy, there is a door. Friend.
There's a door there.
I just want a TC on camera. Friend, help. There's been so little. I keep catching raids where nobody takes the TC in front of me, and you're bombing every door. Wow. Shoot your own teammates.
It's okay. You're gonna go watch something else, and then as soon as you do, they'll take it.
Well, bearing in mind, it's there.
It's there.
They're so close as well, because apart from the fact that they're stupid and haven't realised where TC is, they bombed all the doors anyway. I think the only door on that level that needs to be taken is that one.
Is that one?
Like, just looking at this level through, there's that door. They've blown through though.
Oh man.
And let's just say it's double-sided to the door. Now,
Drop kill.
is he gonna? I said Jabroni Yorick here has got the kill, but let's just see where they got access to. Leech, there you go. Leech, come in.
Yeah.
Where are they bombing?
They're waiting for them if they drop though.
So they've not got a bomb on the door. They're bombing this way. They've bombed the way through. So they're bombing everything other than the TC. It's great.
They're gonna get everything around it.
Alvarez in chat says, trolling so hard. C4 on the floor. Jamesy goes down, so does Moors. They've got C4 up here. Will this take the door? No.
No.
Yeah. Oh, Alvarez, man, just in chat say trolling so hard from Mario. Jamesy, if Jamesy can get back up, fantastic. But I don't know if he's got ladders.
Yeah.
But they're so close. To be fair to Mario, he didn't see that TC was in there. He didn't. But they've got to be pushing for this now, because I say 40 points just waiting to be taken. And as well, the side they're coming in from was the right way to go about it. Because they're literally...
There's a whole wall open, and they decided
Yeah.
to go through the wall that wasn't open.
Well, it's fair, they landed up here and jumped in. He's just fallen down because they blew through the floor. So
Yeah.
Jamesy needs to just get up here. You got also one C4 for the door, one for the TC. Jobs are good, and
I hope he breaks through this one, dies, and then it's like open on this side and not on the other side, and it takes more time. Okay.
oh, has he got? He's got C4. Come on, Jamesy.
Gotta know.
There's a good
They're
Jamesy. You
defending
missed.
specifically
You
this.
threw it on the hook. You the door frame. You. Oh my god.
Oh no.
F in chat for Jamesy and Mario, because oh. All that C4 he just threw. 1, 2, he's got TC. There's a door next to you, my guy. There's a door next to you. There is a door next to you. You keep catching the frame. There's a door next to you.
Oh man. Just look right. Just like. Okay. Or not. Okay.
It's
Nice, okay.
it's great watching him not win. It's the, I don't
good C4.
yeah, so I really don't get the logic though. Like, maybe he thinks the door's protecting him.
Maybe. Possibly. I don't
Surely,
know.
surely you've got to think. You know what? I'll blow this door just to check. Because if you
Right.
did, oh wow, look at that, Jamesy. Wow.
Whoa.
Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Because he's making so much noise, somebody's going to come through this way any second. Leech are close. You know what's going to happen? The second I turn away, he's going to blow that door up.
Right. No, it's gonna. What's gonna happen is you're gonna be watching this way, and someone's gonna come through the other way and take it.
Oh, he got a good kill. That was nice.
Okay.
Now get a good TC.
Yeah.
Bomb the door.
The door.
If we will it enough. No. Oh, Jamesy. No.
Please.
Everyone give an F in chat for Jamesy. He was so close to glory. All I've got in my head is Mad Max Fury Road. Mediocre. Because he's blowing so much
Where's he going
C4, but
now?
again, the rule of raiding is if you see a door, you don't know what's behind it, you put... I'll say, oh no, I've gone through the floor. I know the TC's not there, because the TC's over here, next to where Jamesy was standing. It's so criminal. Is anyone on this side?
Both doors are exposed too. Like.
Leech.
Okay.
Leech, what? Has Leech killed him? Someone's dead. Maybe Leech should kill Jamesy. Jabroni die inside X-Cheng. Come on. Honest to God. I'm gonna have to leave the raid for my own sanity.
It's been like here for like 10 minutes with both doors exposed.
The worst part is our stream delay isn't long enough that they wouldn't have been able to stream like this after a while.
Right.
Eventually, the news will feed through to people that watch and support their streams as well and go, oh, by the way, boys, you might have missed the TC.
You might have missed it.
It's so... No, again, in fairness, the players aren't paying attention to their own streams if they are streaming, because at best they're filming content, and at worst they're concentrating really hard and actually trying not to suck. So I get it. I get that, you know, these moments happen, but it's... You just know, it's a single door, it's a single C4. It was next to him. There's no risk in blowing that door off. Absolutely none.
No.
So we're going to come back and tempt fate. Let's go check G9.
Oh, no. Immediately. It's gonna get
And it's too
immediately
cold. It's James's team getting raided.
Wow. They're gonna have to go back. Do send 2 back.
They could, to be fair, if they'd bombed the door they should have done, they'd have been back already with 40 points.
That's true.
And they would be 185, they would be in
Minutes
6th
to go.
place. They would be in 185 in 6th place.
Yeah.
Just chilling. Just chilling and defending. So Moore's Nerm here. Moore's just jumps down. Sneaking outside. Mario's here too. So it's just James, it's not. Good wall from Turk there.
I would like to mention, I believe we're at a 3-way tie right now.
Near enough. 1 point in it. Bomb G.
Oh, still a 3-horse race, but, you know, very, very tight. Any team could take it away right now.
Just seeing the Fs in chat come through as well. Excellent work, people.
Thank you.
It's a bad time to be Jamesy. We're going to go back to that raid in a second, just while young men start pushing here, but they very quickly got rid of the outside pushing factor. You know, people pushing into them, they've just gone.
Yeah, Rocket's gonna fly in though. Take some damage off. We'll see. Once again,
Yep.
raid is gonna try to be stopped from the roof, I think, once again, but
Hopefully, but again, we don't know how much gear they've got.
true, they did use a lot of C4 on other things on the wrong place.
Because
The kits.
it's been a bit of a vibe, a bit of a theme today. I'm not sure if you agree or not, Lam, but we've not seen much in the way of defense. Like, I mean, to be fair, Jabroni did a better job than I was giving them credit for originally. They defended their own base play. Didn't defend it outside, but inside they were fine. But everyone else, it just feels like it's a little bit too lackluster.
I would agree with you. I think it's a little bit more offense-based today. I think the defense has been slightly slacking. The bases have been really good, but again, it's not about the base. It's about who is defending the base. It's about the skill of the players and the skill of the skill of the attackers. Again, we've seen some of these really offense-heavy teams that can just go in. They're really good at recognizing what this design is, where the TC could possibly be, and just trying to break through it. But no one able to recognize space just yet and see where it is.
Moores gets in the base. Does he go for TC? No, he goes to the shooting floor and gets shot. It's so bad. I'm so annoyed. To be fair, first winner here. First win can take this off either Leech or good shot. I'll say first win can take this off Leech or the Too Cold team. Then that is spectacular work because the door is open. That's even worse. That's even worse.
It's exposed.
Who did it? Somebody. The TC's there. We didn't do it. I promise it wasn't me being impatient. There is a TC open. I hate this game so much.
It is a graveyard up top. It is a TC exposed.
Oh,
it is a down player.
He's got the C4
No.
as well. He's got the C4 for it.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, the C4 on his body, you can take the TC. And Team Leech,
There we go.
Team Leech
Got
get it. That's incredible. Get ready for a timestamp on this one for me, because after all that, after all of the drama, Jabroni are eliminated by Leech. James is going to be absolutely furious. Naked of a C4, gets an inch away from it and gets shot. Oh dear.
That one hurts. That one's a little bit more emotional damage.
I mean, to that, I think we've experienced emotional damage on that one. So,
yeah, I don't think we'll ever recover.
no, but we got a TC on camera. I did it. We live in the dream. Ah man, that was a lot. I'm really warm now all of a sudden. So neighbours, Team Leech having a bit of a ding dong. Nothing there now. Swinging by to Team First Win again next door. Looks like it is. Fragger inside. Otter just got killed off. You see good breach in the compound. Otter and the rest of the gang have clearly pushed from that way, but looks to be a bit of scavenging going on. So I wonder if people are really struggling for gear.
I mean, you got to keep the boom up. If you use a lot of boom in a raid and don't find the TC, and then you have to go out and farm again, it takes some of your time, but it's also, you have to go out and do that because, if you don't have boom, you're not going to be successful at a raid. Obviously, this raid is looking interesting. Looks like Porsche is in here.
Yeah, Porsche have been here for a long time. We were pointing that out. Majiki, Kayan on the roof, not looking at Prosto with an... Oh dear. So Weavin says no.
There's a lot destroyed here.
Yeah, Weavin says no, get the fuck off my roof. Having a peak shot there through. Tempered goes down for Kazu, being nosy too. Kazu currently 12th place, 136. Very close between all those teams outside there. Big Cahoon and Sty, Frag really the trailing, but everyone else is in a reasonable amount of a distance away from each other. The camera goes a little bit wild. Buckaroo just trying to swing us back into... Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, Spider-Man.
I was thinking more Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, that's good.
So just showing my age there with 90s toys.
But I get the reference, though.
That's fair. Yeah,
Even
what
though
year
I
were
didn't
you
have
born?
one, the year was I born? Well, not in the 90s.
That's devastating.
2002. 2002.
Oh man.
Yeah. My
Ah,
dad had one
it's
though, so.
yeah. It's bad. Great for the up and coming casters, you know, seeing young people come in and you know. But I say young people, it's like I'm 33. I was born 89.
No, you're not old.
No,
You're
just older,
years young, you know.
aging.
Yeah.
Nah, to be fair,
Aging
the
even more because of Base Invaders today. You've
so
lost 5 years off
aging,
your life.
aging really badly because Jamesy and Mario can't find a DC. But it is it is what it is, man. Excitement. it was worth it. So we're watching this base just slowly get taken apart. Sigma management are in deep. Skew 13-13 on a 5-kill streak. You can hear boom in the distance. It's a little bit slow here, but it feels like it's one of them where the second I move away, they're going to get TC.
Maybe they'll just never find it.
Yeah. It's like just doom that anyone I find a TC on, I don't see it, and anyone I don't find a TC on, nobody else will find it.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about this base. Well, just this base is lagging the camera a bit, so I am sorry for just being a little bit jolty here with the following. Ooh, nearly sold his friend out there.
Ooh.
There's one. Have they got any weapons?
I was hoping that door and 3 players just, like flood out. It's like one of those clown cars.
In fact, to me, it's like when you open a door and the cats come out. It's just like they're indoor cats. Someone visits. Ah!
Continue blowing through though.
Yeah, slowly but surely working way through. Oh no, he's gone. Yeah, he's moved. He's run away because if he'd stayed there, he was getting crumpled. Yeah, slowly but surely working through. Like, you know, it's methodical. Now, I can see Kazu tempered in the background. Got C4 on the doors here from Sigma Management. I'm Max. Just having a swing outside to see who else is around. Porsche around. 911. You've got Deepex and Yogi Bro. Mujiki outside too. So it's a bit of a chaotic one here. But you look at the footprint, there's not much space left.
Yeah, there's not a lot left. There's maybe the middle core, maybe a little bit of the outside left, but it's still holding strong, I guess. I mean, you know,
no, dude, it's the same wall. Oh, what happens if I blow this through? You can see the other side that you already could.
Oh, they don't know. They don't know what's on the other side of that. Come on.
I know, yeah, not for the fact his teammate was next to him on the other side of it. Oh, it's a good kill there though from Porsche. I'd say Sigma, obviously Sigma cleaned up there, but Porsche were the ones catching them out, and they're really the ones coming in lowballing us, just trying to sneak around. Sigma are the ones in control. But if I'm Deepex, I'm looking to push now. Get yourself in there.
Yeah, I mean the base is in shambles, and so is the mental state of all the players in the casters.
Yeah, Wivin's coming back in. Oh, Wivin's gone. I'm Max just too sharp. Who's that there? Nujiki, Porsche. They're all just lurking.
Lurking around here on the outside, but yeah, it's still at the point that it's very open. Still like 3 or so teams here trying to. I mean, no one really has taken a TC other than that TC that we saw just recently. It's been, again, the top horses continuing with their PvP kills, continuing to expand out. Mango has fell a little bit down.
Yeah, so just want to show Bugle over. Big crunch onto Yogi Bro, gets the headshot, drills him into the floor. Sigma Management all over this. Say Kazu trying to push in. But you can see here, bombs on the doors, C4 there, just trying to push his way through. Not much space left. Yeah, no, Mustang doing a great job here. Bombing out one of the base beds. This presumably Sigma Management. I'm going to just have a quick check. But presumably they've got rid of Sigma Management's beds. Do a quick prod. Yeah, Sigma Management have lost their beds, so Porsche taking over the foundations and get themselves a spawn point.
That's nice. Destroy another opposing raid base and make it so that it's less easy for them to respawn. Make it easier for yourself to hopefully take this base, be less contested, as it's still in pretty much shambles. Still not a lot of this base left. Just a lot of doors and maybe some garage doors on the lower part of it. But just swinging through. See if they can find it.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at this from a strategic point of view, you know, opening up the sides, opening up the corners is the way to go about it. You know, we've got them ripping open the corners here. They've got access to the inside ground floor. They've got access to what remains of the rooftop. It's very much decimated. So yeah, I'm close. I think we're close to TC. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Door here again. You know, working way through. Oof, have gone out. Team skew as well. And yeah, you look at how many doors are left inside. There's not much.
A Team Roof, only known as Team Oof, raided from the roof earlier. Eliminated out. See, still gonna be like you said though. Still on this raid. Still very. Ooh, he's kill around the corner there. Takes one, and I feel like we have to be close. There's some armored things left.
Yeah.
Not a lot of doors.
Get some bombs on the door. Suspicious, but again, you know, nothing's in it. It's just a jump up, so looks like a bit of a bait. C4 on the door again, and it just leads to an outhouse. So for all they're hiding the TC quite well.
Yeah. I don't know if it's intentional that they're getting this defense up, but doing what they can. You know, they're breaking through, going to break through another door that leads towards the outside. But yeah, there's nothing really left. I mean, I feel like it's got to be maybe in one of these outer triangles. Maybe, I don't know.
Yep. Well, Porsche all over this space. We're going to come back in 1 second, just jump around the map a bit. Just looking at chat again as well. Tasty riffs. This commentary is atrocious, good lord. But I'm sorry, man. Like, I think we're doing okay, Llama. I think we're covering the action as well as we can. If we don't like us talking shit, that's fair. We do end up having a bit of a waffle, but you know, it is what it is.
Like waffles.
I do like waffles.
Kaz.
Oh, waffles. I'm not a pancakes person at all.
Okay. Okay.
But we have there's a place in my city, and it's like the suburb that my girlfriend and I want to live in. They have it's like a Asian food shop, but for breakfast they do chicken and waffles. Fantastic, such a great shop.
Okay.
And
see, like waffles, you get like the pockets, like you can fill it with like syrup or chocolate chips. But like,
oh yeah, there's like they do like a it's like a toffee sauce, like it's a tangy toffee sauce though on top of the chicken and waffles. Great. And yeah, Clevin Cheeks has called the cops. Rustoria is making them watch. Listen, you know, people are entitled to an opinion. If they don't like the commentary, feel free to give us some criticism, some feedback. You know, always happy to take on any guidance. Ultimately, you know, we're a mix of people who do this for fun and do this because we want to make a career out of it. You know, a lot of the younger people in our team, you know, are looking to aspire to more and get practice in. So, you know, if there's something you think we could be doing better, let us know. Equally, if you want to take part and do a better job, let us know. You know.
I will say we do need some feedback from the chat. Pancakes or waffles? We need to know what's the chat vote.
Yeah, true. We'll get a little poll up in chat, perhaps of just a pancake or waffles. Which, to be fair, I probably could do, but I'm also cameraman. I'm also producer, and I'm a chat mod. There's only so much room that Kaz has to do things. But Mango Bus though, third place, 270, making a big push now to 2 cold, 159 in 10th. And yeah, I mean, I'm worried here. Of all the people we've seen try and raid 2 cold, Mango coming in strong is a good team to really push them out.
Wait,
so.
is that 2 cold's players like building a wall straight away from their base?
That's just yes, it is. Moors. So to distract, Moors is building just a line of walls away, but Young Men's traded. Young Men's Turk trades with Moors, but it does nothing. It doesn't stop Mango. It just stops Young Men. So we bring it back around that Mango are just sat with a free shot on 2 cold. And while we do this, I will set up the the poll so you can cast this bit.
Yes. Pancakes or waffles? We have to know. It is a lifelong question. But yeah, it's like you said, 2 cold. They have get some raids before. This time though, it is going to be Mango who need this raid. I mean, we've talked about them. They were good in the attack phase. They were pretty decent. They've gotten 1 raid successful so far, but they could really use this one. I mean, being one of the top 3 horses in this one, we're starting to run out of teams. You know, we're starting to run down towards this 30-minute marker, a third of the time left in raids. So what it's going to be. You know, you're going to be running out of time. You're going to be needing those points. And, you know, I think it's going to come down to it where, you know, there are not that many easy teams left. You know, where we've seen those stone bases, where we've seen some of those, you know, maybe not fully built up or fully defensed up to, you know, to completion. But, you know, it's only going to be hard people left to fight. You know, it's only going to be these really hard bases to raid left.
Yep, definitely. I mean, again, we bring up the top list. We've got 15 teams left. We've got 30 minutes and a bit left. Sty are the only ones really. I mean, Sty and Big Kakuna and Frag, you know, they're all roughly around the same sort of scores. But Frag have at least crossed the 100 point mark. Everyone's going to be a competitor now. You know, we've got 150 points between 1st and 12th. But that's not a lot when you consider that, you know, if a team gets eliminated, there's 40 points for whoever eliminates them. But also, just closing that gap down by limiting the amount of teams, it means you've got to fight each other. So...
I see the poll switching around. 3-3 right now.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Pancakes just took a big lead. Again, you got 5 minutes on this. Somebody's clearly put in a big waffles and pancakes of abs. Yeah.
Looks like, oh, 6 people on pancakes now. Okay. Yeah, pancakes are moving up in the world.
Again, you can donate more than just 10 channel points per vote. So there's clearly 3 votes on waffles, but we can donate more than just that to try and even the fight out. So donate what you want, vote many times. The vote's up for another few minutes, so let us know. Moors actually has done a decent job clearing out a bit of Mango Bus's bed spawn. The wall trick might have paid off a little bit, but against Steak as well, yep, so they've got themselves out. So, yeah, reasonably defended. Going to check quickly north now just to see how Leech and First Wind are getting on, because it looks like it's roof raiding.
Roof raiding, classic. Not something we love, but
First Wind have been heavily hit, so this might be just be lashing out as a last chance. And if we flick to the other side, just looking, Frag are still lurking here. They are still getting inside. It's a little bit quiet on the Frag approach, so I'm going to come back here in a second once it picked up a bit of pace. First Wind looked okay. So famous last words, but let's go south and look for a raid. N11, there you go.
I put 300 on pancakes. That's my man right there.
That's a man who loves pancakes. Well, could be man, woman, non-binary. We are happy to have you all here, whatever your persuasion, your allegiance. We see Kayate here for full PM8. Big Kahuna getting pushed. And I said this about Big Kahuna, you know, they are last place. The Sty have actually overtaken them slightly. But the base is holding up. The little castle fortress, they've got good vision.
Yeah. Some nice supports on the wall. They have pushed into this hill, which is the most important thing, is they have somewhat given up their high ground. So they have some nice walls. They have some ability to push on forward here, and they broke it in. Like you said, they broke it in a little bit, but it is holding somewhat strongly. Do have some nice angles, but they've kind of been turtling up. I mean, Big Kahuna, they have not been earning too many points, but they haven't died at least.
No, and again, it's a huge achievement to survive a Base Invaders event. You know, people are like, oh, well, you know, you should be competitive. Like, it depends how much experience you got on your team. If a team like someone with Joker in wasn't doing, you know, top 10, and to be fair, full PMA, where are full PMA? 7th. But if a team with a player like Joker in wasn't top 10, you can ask questions, you can go, what are you doing? As Joker just gets absolutely slammed the fuck out of there by tips to aim and Keb on the roof. Good shooting. But again, you know, that's expecting a lot from people we know can live up to it, so we're right to pick on them. But a team like Big Kahuna, not sure who's who, you know, people might change names, but from the vibe from the base style as well is, these are people that might be new, might just be fancying their chances, play once in a while. They're doing a solid job. They're still in the event. You know, half an hour less to go. Fair play. If they fall out now, you still finished higher than how many teams? You know, at least another 15 teams, so it's crazy.
And honestly, it could also be like, you know, they could be just testing things. I know I see some teams do this where, you know, maybe their week is not to go for the win. Maybe they say, we're going to try this base design. We're going to try a new boat base design or something like that, and see if it works. See how, you know, maybe we'll play a little bit more defenses. We'll see how teams react to it if they can find out that DC. And then you can bring that strengths into maybe the next couple of weeks. Also, I'd like to point out, Jake can do it, points out an interesting point, Kaz. French toast.
French toast is good. French toast is good. Now we're just following Ducky round. Ducky gets Stone Island. Good kill. Joker as well for the double. Kayate, Como. They're getting
Ooh.
hit. Radiator as well spawning. They're at that point of pushing the beds. Keb around the other side. The walls decaying. Again, 8-minute lifespan on these walls. They have to replace them every so often. At the moment, they're running low on gear. Now, Doe following around the back. Keb on the flank. Keb will have another wall any second.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nice trade.
Ducky and Doe taking out in return. Here comes the push. So raid in the distance as well. We're going to switch to that in 1 second. Stone Island, where are you? Oh no, he caught him looting. Counter kill though. Ducky, you need to get some boom, my guy. Blow these beds. Here comes Como. C4's down. Trade kill. And that might be it.
Boom to go down.
Yeah, tips to aim. Radiator's coming back in quickly. It was about to dip out. Radiator's going to look for some gear here. Nope. And yeah. Kayate in the background as well. Doe looking for gear. Kayate goes down. Good comms. That's a nice defense there for Big Kahuna. Some good work.
Yeah, that was really good. And it's important.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you mentioned it earlier, but just not letting teams have the freest of time to rocket your base. Maybe not the freest of time to walk up either. And making sure that you put pressure on them, send some players out because they have that high ground advantage. You know, I think the other team had a struggle getting into the base and then forced back to those beds. Easy clear out, nice communication, nice flank work. And like you said, good defense.
So speaking of a turtle into a win, Bomg are in first place by 2 points over Sigma Management. And yeah, they are just constantly being raided. I did say Russian Terminator was here before repairing. And you got Jaja on the side there trying to flank. Valerian out, looking out. Gets the kill crunched. Very heavy footfall, clearly. Barney, Murloc, G, Valeria, all just waiting to lob rockets. 1-3, 1-3. Again, saw them get a 5-kill streak earlier. Probably got some more.
I will say first win did surpass Mango on leaderboard. So another horse in the race. Mango falling a little bit slowly behind. So 25 minutes left. This is going to be an exciting one, I think. I think it's going to come right down to those final couple minutes. And I mean, the top two teams still, like you said, separated by so little.
But anyone top 5 could get one TC brings that top 5. You know, anyone can take top spot there. They could take each other out. If Bomg go out, you know, suddenly, I mean, Skewy, look at them then. 213. If Skewy take Bomg, Sigma in the lead. But then Skewy jump up to 250-ish into 6th place. They're then only 1 TC behind the leaders anyway. So, you know, with the right bit of focus, the right bit of attack, you can just bully your way into this. So, yeah, really looking forward to seeing how people take this last 23 minutes. Reminder as well, obviously, you know, after this event, there'll be a brief gap while we get ready, give people a chance to have a break and stuff between events. NA event will be afterwards. We will be live at 7:45 UK time, which I believe, off the top of my head, is like, what, 2:45 Eastern? 5 hours difference? Something like that. Or 3:45 perhaps.
2:45. Sure, but yeah, like you said, that exciting event will be later as well, so more Rust action.
I'll say, while we do that, I'll say, watching this a second, I can check what the GMT to Eastern is, because we have it in our Discord, our caster Discord. So we can certainly see that. Yeah. So we'll say 2:45 PM Eastern, and that's gonna be what, mental, like 10:45 Pacific. I think that is. That's crazy. So if you're on the California side of things, you know, Washington, we're really sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be hosted by Rainbirds and Blastrites, with our good guy Gigi on the Observer and the production. So do tune in for them. Rain and Blast are great. Blast is hilarious, and Rain knows some good stuff about Rust. Very regular player and streamer. Took part in Trust and Rust as well. So
like a TC here, actually. So, jumping into first, like you said, any team in that top 5 that was able to push forward and take one, and it'll be Porsche, one of the teams that was already near the top, and they, it looks like for the first time, maybe today, are
last place.
Taking first hold in it.
Last place Sty are making a push. I don't know who's in this team, so we'll have a quick look a second. But yeah, you know, anyone can take anything here. Doesn't mean that Sty are going to do very well finishing wise, but certainly, certainly interesting one. I'm just looking
as
well.
Be just once again, you know, having fun with your friends, having out here, going, getting some raids off, and even if you can get one successful raid, I think it's a successful day.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I can see the side Discord. There's only 4 of them in there, so it might be that's why they're in last. They might be a player short, which is unfortunate, but you know.
Have to give themselves a disadvantage because they're so good.
Rust Esports skull emoji in chat. What's that about? What's wrong with Rust Esports?
Yeah.
I say we're out here causing trouble. As Alito tries to defend here for Bomji. Keeping Sty at bay. I can see Kev losing that fight, but famous last words. Let's see what Alito can do. Can crouch walk, stuttering. There's the flank, and there's the kill. Nicely done from Alito. Again, you'll notice as well, obviously people who might be new to this, we did see him shuffle walk there, so crouch run. Tries to play the mechanic of cutting out the sound of people's feet, but also they're not wearing boots. Boots are noisy, flat feet, bare feet are not. So the benefit of the armor from the boots isn't worth it compared to the noise of cancelling out your footsteps. As Chinese Abuser gets a good distance shot there into Alito.
I would say boots are nice, to make you loud, but they also protect your feet. I mean, the snow is not going to be nice to to run in barefoot. It is 12:24 Eastern.
Yep, so we're right, yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereabouts on the eastern seaboard are you then?
Huh?
Or are you further inland?
Oh yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of the United States per se. Somewhat.
Sounds like someone defending Ohio and not trying to give it away.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You have a lot of cornfields.
Yeah, so I'm central England, so it's not much of a boast here either. So Bomji defending, getting the they're getting the raid points for it. They are in first place again. They jumped over Porsche. Let's have a look for a new fight because this has died off the map. Still action going on up north, so a quick check on that because Leech were taking a hit. Oh, first win actually being aggressive. That's surprising. Let's just swing around and see if Leech are really under threat. To be fair, that's a decent chunk of a base gone on the corner.
Yeah, that's a lot gone. I think first win, like you said, they're getting aggressive. They're trying to find their footing here in the final 30-some minutes because, time is running out. After that time expires, you're going to get no more of it. So good, good for them to push.
I didn't see who got rid of Team Majiki. Did that pop up on the screen and you missed it as well? Or
I believe it was Porsche.
That would make sense with Porsche jumping. That would make sense. People in chat do our job for us. Again, it's because of the purple graphics. That's what it is. We blame that. Tell the devs out over our own failings. But yeah, Leech here taking a bit of a beating. They've been under attack for a while, to be fair, repeatedly on off. So with 18 minutes and a half to go, it could be they've just run out of gear so much and they can't afford to push out. But they are rocketing back at the walls, trying to take them down. Putting first win into less and less safe positions.
Dude, my mind's all been like pancakes, waffles, toast. It's TC,
well, I mean,
pancakes, waffles, toast.
I'll say, if Leech hit enough walls, then first win will be pancaked. There's your tie-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is why I don't cast too often these days compared to the production. Because these bad jokes really don't do well.
The bad jokes are good, though. You gotta
have yeah, I know, but it's the sort of jokes that Ian and Kaylee will just slap me for. Blast would laugh, to be fair. Blast would laugh.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's why I like casting with you guys. You and Blast will laugh at my terrible jokes. Let's see, Bia Barlow there, just back and forth in baiting X-Cheng on the roof. Just to distract while they're buying some time to put rockets into the front. Though Sober is in now breaking boxes and stuff too, looking for loot. Let's see if we can sneak in and join him on the loot front. See what's in here. Comps. Guns. Yeah. To be fair, not much. Not much. But enough to warrant pinching a few bits, particularly the ammo part of thing. So, yeah, first win. Doing the right thing. Personally, I'd be getting ladders up now. I'd be looking to breach up this side, get yourself up now. Turrets are still active. They are. The generator's still up, so... And WLMQ has got the M229. Sorry, M249 even, Christ.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't lost it. It's in the base, right, so... The worst thing is when you see someone get shot in like a corner peak and it drops outside the base and somebody robs it and runs away. So many times I've seen that done, and it's just you feel bad for them.
But like you said, it's time to get ladders up. You have a piece of the top broken on through, and you want to get through that. But switching over, another team that could be in danger. Sheer looks like possibly out. It looks like I think this is Mango's base.
It is Mango's base. Yep, Frag have been here again. We've done a good job of defending, and Mango will get raid defense points for it. They're in 5th place, 3 of 5, but again, there's not much in it. Bomji, Porsche are catchable. First win close in 3rd, behind 2nd. So everyone's got a shot, and these raid defense points, you know, as much as Frag are making the move, Frag are last place now. Frag have done, you know, the last places have chopped around so much between that last 3. So fair play to Big Kahuna. But worryingly, Big Kahuna's defense has closed them into 9 points off Kaz. Kaz were doing such a good job early on. They've sort of fallen off, and I wonder, is that a focus? Because again, some people have come back from an absence in Rust, looking at Max and Deepex there. Or is it a case of they just weren't able to farm enough because of the contested area? Because, again, knowing those guys, they wanted to live in the busy place and cause trouble, which is great. But if everyone's out there looking to cause a shit show, then you've got that problem of, you know, the safety of farming. It gets frustrating, you get stalled. So it could just be that, rather than anything they've let go.
Yeah, it's always like that chess match of where do you put your base? Because, like, you put your base too far away from everyone, obviously you're going to be isolated. You're going to have to take longer trips to try and go get those raids, and you might have more resources around you, but there's the alternative where, you know, you're in the middle of all this action. You have action around you, you have bases to choose from, but you're going to have really no resources because everyone is looting the same spot. Everyone is fighting for the same things. There's so many teams around you. Nice doors, though, in this base, I will say.
Yeah, so we're not going to complain about the door scheme too much. As much as maybe you should be using some Rustoria doors, the nice shiny ones. Yeah, maybe. Oh, to be fair, oh, there you go. Good lads, good lads. We'll take that. So, yeah, so the base is still holding firm. Stoi have done a good job. It's a very classic base build. Very run-of-the-mill base invader style, but it's got a busy rooftop. They've got access defense points for the ladders. They've got, you know, window points, 2 levels. They've got the beds, the boxes, you know, so it's very functional. As much as they're taking a bit of a pounding here, we expected the team lower down the table like this to get hit. And Porsche are second place, you know. This is a team of Russians that, I think they're all Russian at least. Apologies if you're not, but this is a team that will notoriously finish top 5 and has won events. So seeing them in second, seeing them push for first, seeing them be aggressive on a low-end team here makes perfect sense. Bonji getting attacked by Skiwi, whatever you want to call them.
Rockets continue to fly here. They're trying to get something, and, you know, it's like you said, you know, at this point you have to target a top team because everyone, it seems like, is a top team. All of those, you know, other teams have been eliminated. It is down to, like you said, maybe 15 teams left. And
well, 14 even, yeah. With Majiki going, we've got 14 left. So, you know, it's the leaderboard's down to what the leaderboard will show at maximum 14 teams. And yeah, it's been not as aggressive as it could have been. It's been, you know, 5s is always a little bit weird compared to that because there's a bit of just a, not hesitance is the wrong word. There's a bit more composure, a bit more restraint is probably the best way to describe it. That people try and play it a bit more like they did the 6s, try and play a bit more tactical. And that approach, the safe and steady, is fine. But it's a balancing act between, you know, in the big events, you gear up and you make steady moves. The smaller events, you just go nuts. 3s and 4s, you just zerg. 5s is that one in between where you go, oh, which strategy do I go for? Do I nuke? Do I rush hard and maybe risk ballsing up and losing boom? Or do we play it slow and steady and waste boom and get counter-raid and someone steals it? And, you know,
it's super awkward, kind of like in between number.
And,
like,
you know,
it's not like up to 6 or 7 or 8 where you can flood a person's base with like 6 players. Like with 5, it's that kind of even number where it's not like, you know, it's not an even number actually, but it's like that number in between the two where it's like you said, the 3s and stuff, you have to put all your resources towards one thing where you have to put 3 people raiding, you have to put 4 people raiding, but in 5s, like, you can put 4 people raiding, you can keep 1 person home, and it's just, you know, tough to split your things like that.
Jack TYG in the chat subbed. Thank you very much.
Shit.
Appreciate the support. Again, all the footage you've seen today and all the previous events are... oh, Cayenne wins the trade there. Sorry, just interrupted myself. I was going to say, all of our footage can be found obviously here on Twitch, but after 2 weeks being affiliates, it does go away. So you can find our stuff at youtube.com/Rustoria. We have all of our weekly VODs up there just so you can recap stuff. Get a lot of players who like to learn about the events that go and watch them. Same for our monthly highlights. We've got December's highlights in and all the months going back probably to what? Feb 21 or something? Or maybe it's Feb 22. But they got months and months of highlights, people doing incredibly dumb stuff with helicopters and jackhammers, so do check that out. Same for our Trusting Rust highlights, Trusting Rust 4 highlights, the full VOD is there available. Again, do support people like, say, HG and World Jimmy took part, you know, they've got highlights up on their channels too. But we're rapidly approaching the last 10 minutes. I'm going to make you make a call now. And the same will be for chat. Who do you think's going to win? So who's your pick, Llama? Who do you think's taking this one today?
It's tough. It's tough. I felt like it was going to be Mango through the attack phase. I think they have slowed down slightly. I think Porsche, though, has been the most. I'm going to go with Porsche. I think they're in second right now. They are very aggressive, I think. And that aggression is either going to pay off or they're going to go out in a fiery ball of flame.
I'm going to go with first win. I think Bomb G, as much as Bomb G are getting raid defense points here, I think someone's going to take Bomb G. I think we are going to lose them soon. And you see, look at the armor or the black walls. It's lovely. But
And it's like you said, no, it doesn't matter how many points you've racked up. If you lose your TC, you're done. But man, Frag actually eliminated here. Sig is going to be the ones to take them. They've been quiet for a while, and all of a sudden, a team that neither of us picked is going to be putting themselves into second place.
I say Sigma would have probably been my second choice. But again, I didn't realize Sigma were making any moves. I thought they were out of boom. So Sigma making a move. Full PMA have come in on the back of this as well. Joker getting clicked on. Yeah. So Sigma, looks like Sigma have all been taken out except one guy. And I'll be looking to bring the Scrappy home, because that's what you got to do. Save that Scrappy. Get yourself out of there. Full PMA have come in and taken over the base for loot at least. Which, again, smart move. Full PMA, 6th place, 254. There's a bit of a gulf between 5th and 6th, isn't there? So if I'm full PMA, yeah, you're pushing for someone, but maybe you start to push on the teams below you and just think, you know what, let's keep the gap there. Let's guarantee ourselves 6th place. But I suppose you could pick on a bigger team while they're out. Full PMA, you know, they're no cowards, so see how they get on. But yeah, it depends how much loot as well was here. Because really, Frag, you know, they're on 111 points when they got eliminated. How much boom do they have? They've got stone on the base still. You know, the TC is probably the most valuable thing there.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully they can get something at least. Like you said, don't want to be running out of resources. At 10 minutes left, don't want to have to go out and farm. But possibly an interesting raid going here. Oh my gosh.
So you see Kazhu in the background lurking, but it is Young Men pushing onto Sigma. Now, I believe from checking, Team Young Men is Deathwing's team. I'm just having to check. Yeah, Albin, Deathwing, do them, Hutnik, and V Zoe. So that's our team. Let's see if we can get inside here. And yeah, again, surprisingly, Young Men, 10th place, 196 points. Deathwing's not normally a 10th place kind of person, so I mean, 196 would then go to 236. That would jump them into 9th at least. But maybe 5s is not enough.
Yeah, maybe not. I'd also like to say this base is like really chonky, really well armored. Holy.
The only risk there is the undermining of it by, say, blowing through the foundations. If your foundations aren't armored, it's easy enough to undermine it. But that's probably a better choice to at least bait them to get close to your base. You can then still fight them in close quarters. So the logic does tie in. And again, we're looking at the rooftop. I like the fact they've got the triangle here. Sigma on top of the roof here. But yeah, I like the fact Sigma have got the triangles. I like the fact they've armored so heavily, clearly put the work in. The base is looking secure. And yeah, with a few more raid defense points, they have held off in terms of Young, but they could easily push back onto Young here. Young's base, it's formidable. You've got the armored up top here as well. It's a very strong base. Your armored core in the center as well to protect any top downing. But yeah, I think it's two teams who are just going to
cardboard box.
I think it's two teams who are just going to back and forth batter each other, and nobody's going to quite get to the end result we want. So let's go check out a few more teams. It's 7 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Two Colds base open on the side, wall ripped open. Mango have been here repeatedly. If Mango get this it'd be 373. That would put them into second place by just 6 points off. So
yeah. It's going to be close. It's going to be really, really close between all these teams. I mean, still Bomb G, like you said, in the lead, but they've been taking some damage as well. And obviously, too cold. They need to defend here. It's going to be Mango on the other side. Mango, though, I mean, again, Mango was leading at the end of that attack phase. They got that extra 10 points, but they just haven't got enough to keep themselves in it. This would be what they need. They honestly need 2 raids in 6 minutes.
Well, the turrets are down, so Jenny's clearly gone. Whitex is in. Looking at who else we've got here, Batman and Meow Meow are in. So I mean, look at how deep people are in. Well, James is in the mix too for 2. He's still here. So let's see if he can defend his own base because, you know, if he defends as well as he finds TCs, I think this is right done. Nerm. Oh, Nerm's trying to peek in there. That's a sneaky little hole. I like it.
That's dirty.
That's such a clutch little peek.
Only really slide a coin through there, like, dang.
So we did have it before that somebody did like a TC hide behind that, where just because you could just peek, you could technically see TC, but there was no door access to it, and so after the event they did get blacklisted for a session, just as a bit of a punishment, because the rules do say there must be an access way. You know, even if there's a door on it, there must be a route to that door, or a, you know, or a window or a ladder hatch. So whatever thing you've got next to your door, must be a route. They are punching through again. Too cold on the roof. Nerm. Keeping an eye. Parasha's down below. Mario, where are you going in? Oh, it's Batman got Mario, sorry. So Nerm is still lurking about. Someone else up here will steak on the roof. Let's see what Batman can do.
They can do. 5 minutes left, though, for all these teams. Again, very, very close race at the top. It's going to come down. I really don't know. I think it's going to be very close. Bomji's still in the lead. Still living.
Yeah. Twig effect door too. That's oh man. I can't remember if the twig door was actually twigged or if it's a wooden door just made of twig to bait people. Because it was a new skin. That's what's thrown me.
Yep.
So, whoever, it's like, hopefully it's a sheet door and it's just a proper bait, because that'd be fantastic. But so I need to pay more attention to some of the door loot.
Yeah, that would be kind of like one of the greatest skins, like one of the greatest bait skins. Going through though. Through the bottom floor here, mid floor here. D4 gonna go through one of these triangles. Looks like some more doors. Wow. Bottom. See a little, here a little bit further.
Yeah. Batman and Parasha down in the ground floor, then in the bowels of the base. C4 on the door. Oh, there's boom though, and rockets. Rockets and C4 in there. Bombs indoors. They're getting the C4 down. Doing the hard work here, which, again, 3 minutes 46 to go. Can Mango steal the win? I mean, they're on 345. They go up to 385. Bomji 431. I think Bomji might have done this, you know. I think the raid defensing against Skewy.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think those raid defense points are probably going to be enough as long as they hold on for these final 3.5 minutes. It might be neither of our picks. Maybe the team that was just sitting at first, holding their defense. We'll see, though.
So your pick's third, my pick's fourth. So we're holding on. But it is interesting. Well, like, you know, I'm sure, I guarantee what will be said after the event in the Discord is the case of Skewy have been pushing Bomji so hard that this is inevitable. They've got raid defense points. You know, is that a bit sus? You know, they're just constantly on them. It's like a team failing to raid is a team's failure to raid. You know. Not saying it's not something we'd investigate. We have staff in the event keeping an eye on people invisibly. You know, they do the job that the casters can't because they can look through bases, they can look for TCs and say, hey, this is where this thing was. So they know what's going down, but also some teams are just bad at things, you know. We get a good kill there. Mango in control. Oh! And Mario goes too. But yeah, you know, some teams just can't pull away. You know, Stevie, sorry, I've been probably in the... You know, just keeping them just stuck in the base but not able to come out. But it's still, it's difficult.
And Bombs have shown they can defend all of this event long. They've shown that their base can hold up. So it might just not be the attackers. It might be that, you know, the base is that hard. Oh, flying in here with the heli here.
And so nearly took me out as I came up the floor. Yeah, I'm just trying to stick with Mango Bus at the moment, just because you know, we've only seen one TC on camera. We've caught a few raids, but only one TC. So I'm hoping to try and pinch another one before we dip off elsewhere. As yeah, too cold. Ooh, pull up steam there. My bad. Not that any of my names aren't the same as I cast with.
Now 2 minutes left though. Under 2 minutes here for these squads. Bomji still heavily in the lead here. See if anyone can pull a final TC out in these last minute and a half, but it's looking like Bomji. I mean, they were pretty consistent all throughout the whole entire raid phase. Like you said, they held the defense here at the end, and they hold for a minute and a half, and they'll hold the win.
Yeah. So 2 colds surviving there. Raid defense points, very nice for them. Let's go pick in a new fight. The teams up north, just to check, First Win and Leech are back and forth on each other, so I think they'll still be at it at the end. Let's check over in P10 because he's brand new. Full PMA getting hit by Big Kahuna. There you go. 12th place Big Kahuna, 162. If they were to get this, that would be 202. They jump Kazu. Where's that bomb at? At this point, with our delay and stuff, we can afford to go through doors. I don't care. So they are breaching. Let's see. Are you anywhere near a TC, boys? The answer is, I'm pretty sure no, you're not.
No. Oh, more doors, more doors.
Lots of doors. They've clearly got, yeah, they've gone for a horrible door triangle in here. And yeah, they've got stuff in the wall. So logically, I don't think Big Kahuna get this. Full PMA have still got access to the roof, still got some guns. With 23 seconds to go, I don't think they've got this. So we're going to head on down. You can see Ian's in the server as well. Hi, Ian. I think Ian might be stealing a screenshot there. So Team Stice still getting pushed by Porsche. But it is Team Bomji who we want to see. 443 points. Just sitting comfortably in first place. As we bring the scoreboard up, you can see 13 teams left. But there's only one winner. And it is Team Bomji.
They did a really good job, Bomji. They're going to take home that first place again. I think it was mostly, I mean, they didn't even get a success. Wow, that's surprising. 0 raids completed. 0 raids completed. 4 raid defenses there. 344 kills. Jeez. Jeez.
Yeah, it's insane. Obviously, the sea radar will disappear in a second behind the screen just because that's just the game is now frozen. Players will be disconnected very shortly, so that will clean up. But yeah, no raids completed, 4 defenses, a lot of kills, a great KD there. You see 344 to 177. So clearly all about that turtle life. And honestly, you know, you look at it, Alito 79, Kale 84. There's some good kill scores there. Terminator 42, he's the builder. So that is an insanity. Let's go to second place, First Win. Again, you notice our stats are working these days, so that's fantastic. Yep. And yeah, so first Win, 69, 62, 52, 47, 47. That's not bad, though.
That's not bad at all. They got an extra raid defense, and they got a raid completed here. Got themselves, second place. That's nothing to be really sad at. Like you said, really, really good kills on most of their members. Pretty split up, I would have to say, too. And, a positive KD to go along with it.
Yeah, we go down to third place as well. Let's have a look at Sigma. Bugor topping the table there, 51.
Wow.
I'm going to call him a Meto. It's probably not the Russian way of saying it, but 42 points there. I'm max 33, Schrödinger at 28, and then numbers there at the bottom, 17. 5 raids though from Sigma. That's just a Giga Chad moment, You're looking there, 0-4, 1-5, 5-1.
Yeah.
So that's Porsche 2-0. Sigma went hard, did some really good stuff there. Yeah, what can you say? Low on kills as well, at 171 to 140. They were in and out. They were just, you know what? Here's a raid. Let's get at it. 277 to 200. We saw obviously these go 344 to 177. We go down to Porsche. 100 kills for 911 because 911 is the best Porsche there. That's why it's the best. It's the best car. But again, clear 100 kills on the KDA. They were strong. They a little bit lacking in the raiding. I'm sure you'll agree. Hence 2 raids, but they were still very effective. And I think for them to have done more, I think they need to have been a bit more competitive around the hard point.
Right. Yeah, I think that could have got them up further.
Yeah, because
it's like you said, just they were up there. They're 4th. That's a pretty good spot to be, just a little bit behind.
And so Mango Bus are in 5th, and we'll jump onto them now. Mango Bus did the exact same thing. It was a case of Mango got 1 raid, 3 defenses. They got picked on a bit, which is fair. And you see Thrasher, 56 kills, Batman 53. iWhiteX, regular player, 37. They were out there just PvPing on the hard points. They were out there trying to take helis and stuff. So, they got a helicopter down. You see that heli crates looted, 0. It makes a difference.
I guess as we're kind of getting to the end of this, right? And
yeah,
I got to ask you a question, Kaz, because we added the hard points recently, and they've added kind of a new layer towards the chess of the base invaders format. Obviously, we've seen kind of 2 weeks in a row now on EU that both teams that kind of prioritize this hard point early on, not aggressive enough, take the dub. Is that something that teams need to be wary of in the future?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, I think again, it's early days with stuff like the new hardpoint and again, any other things, objectives wise, strategies will always be formulated. Like say, flying out to the coast to try and steal a helicopter before it came in land. Great idea. So that's a really clever. That's a Giga Brain moment where you go, you know what? Let's take the fight elsewhere. And even though say Mango did that and lost the helicopter to frag, ultimately it kept everyone busy away from the hard points, so they were able to keep capping it and getting the points. Now, okay, they've come 5th, but they had positive KDA. They had a good broad kill score across the team. I think had they been a bit more successful on the raiding front, one more raid suddenly puts them into 2nd. So, that's where the luck comes in. 2 more raids and they win it.
Just be more aggressive, I guess, is
A little bit.
Not bad, though. Still 5th,
Yeah, no, exactly. It's, 1 more raid the 2nd, 2 more raids they win it. Be more aggressive, yes, but it's 5s. It's difficult, Not all the team synergies line up. RNC were a great example. RNC, one of our regular teams before. Very common. You see that team and go, oh, RNC. Well, they're finishing top 5. Now they've chopped and changed in recent months because people have been available. But the point behind that is, in certain number of events like 5s, they struggled. They'd come 10th, 11th, and you're like, why is that? Yet when they're in the 4s, they're in the 6s or in the 8 stuff, the communication, the build strengths and stuff. It's just, it's the combination of the communication and just, knowing who's doing what and stuff. It just works for some events for some teams. So, it is what it is. But, Mango, I'm sure they'll be happy with 5th and know where they can improve in future. But as it changes every week, they'll get another chance in a few months' time, perhaps, for 5th, 5s and stuff. So, that's going to be that. Just while we quickly fly through them, we'll do our sign off for the event.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, sad to see the end of it. Obviously, it was it was a really good day of rest. Obviously, NA is going to be just a little bit later. But before we head it off, obviously got to give a huge thanks to everyone that did participate, all the players here today. Obviously, all of the admins, like you were talking about, that worked so hard to keep the competitive integrity of the tournament very strong. Also, everybody in Twitch chat as well, all the viewers watching and showing all the love, and you as well, Kaz. I'll throw it to you to finish it off.
Yeah, I see that. That's just our final leaderboard there. So stats all available for those teams. But no, just say huge thanks to everyone watching. Obviously, we got to the end and had I think 145 people watching now. Had 180 odd as we finished and wrapped up for the top 5. So again, really appreciate the support. Again, really appreciate the people in chat saying hello. Even the feedback and criticism, we appreciate you all. We like to hear back about the event, how we can make things better. Clarity on the purple text and stuff. Maybe there's things we can improve about the commentary. Maybe there's things about in-game we could consider. We like engaging. So if you do have any feedback, jump in the Discord, !Discord in the chat. We'll pop that in there. And again, you can join in. Sign-ups every Monday. There's free places as well as some VIP places. So one person in your team can pay a few quid, a few dollars to get a VIP access code, and that will guarantee your team in. Usually anywhere, depending on the size of the event, between 20 and 35 teams. So plenty of opportunity to get involved. And you saw some of the teams today, they didn't build anything too special, and yet they lasted out the whole event. So it's, you can be competitive. There's big learning curve, but, come in, have a go, get yourself in. And the same goes for the casting team too. If you fancy casting or think, hey, I could do the camera work, I could run OBS for production, get involved, let us know. We're always happy to help people on. I'm the head caster, Kaz. I give references to people, help them as they move on to bigger and better roles. So, we have a reasonable cycle rate of staff and players. And just if you like it, get involved. If you want to keep watching, make sure to tune in every Sunday here on Twitch, and you'll hear the likes of me, Llama, and a few of us singing about how good Rust is and how mental we are. Quick shout out to Santa Mario in chat as well. Santa on top. Yeah, well, I mean, you can, mate. You tried. But no, that's going to do it from us, though. As I say, we are going to bit of a gap now, bit of a pause, and we will then switch over to the NA event at about, say, 7:45 p.m. GMT UK time, 2:45 Eastern. So have a break, come back in about an hour or so, and we'll be back at it with Rainbirds and with Blastrites here on Rustoria. Thanks for watching.